Alright, welcome back to, I guess, day 3 with Middara, or at least this third recording session. And, yeah, we'll get straight into it. I'm gonna spend about 5-10 minutes, maybe 15, because I know sometimes I carry on with my words, but I'm gonna show off the characters. It will also help me familiarize myself. We're gonna check them together, too. Let me get my adventure sheet up. We're gonna go over the characters, and then, fair warning, before I play even one encounter, we're gonna have about an entire hour of story time because there is a lot of story to go through. Anyway, so I spent all my money. We have 1 gold remaining. We can double check this together. I'm not gonna go over the money counts. I definitely double and triple check, so we should be good. But I want to check the hard stats. Anyway, Remy more ready here. I want to turn her into a tank. It's as much as not as hardcore as I could have pushed it. I still want her to attack when possible. But we picked up a Morning Star here, which combos with shields and blunt weapons so that I can reroll any dice while doing a counter. And if I ever kill something, we get a free 2 movement once all other abilities are done. So that's pretty cool. That's a white die. And then I went with the buckler, which is a shield. Only a purple dice, so we're throwing white-purple for our combat. But this thing lets me counter for 1 SP. So my idea here, and it also has mobility of a diagonal movement. We know how good that is. The idea is to actually not spend SP attacking, and to just spend it countering while I'm tanking damage, hopefully. We have the defensive core, this is 2 health and 1 defense, free dodge, and a cuirass, 2 armor, 2 health, and once per encounter I can prevent all physical damage. For discipline skill, we spent 3 experience and I learned Mend. This is a Sanctus skill, which is like the defensive magic tree. You're familiar with this one. Let me go grab 2 of those tokens now, so I can copy these later. Tell you what, I'll leave them flipped like this when I haven't used them, and then I'll flip them when I do. But, yeah, I wanted to keep the heal. I think the heal's a good ability. There's actually a lot of really interesting things in Sanctus, but we're at the very beginning of the game, and it's going to take many hours to play, so we'll get more and more stuff as we go. I did buy this. We have a Sylphia undergarment. It's a very weird name for a spray can straight out of, Good lord, why can't I remember the name of the roller skating game? He spray paints stuff. Ah, that's gonna bother me. I need to know. I want to say SSX Tricky. I know that's completely wrong. What is the, Jet Set Radio feature? Jesus Christ, I just couldn't think of the name. Hey, to be fair, I have a million things in my brain at the moment. Anyway, this thing... So this is our 2nd accessory, I guess, because we obtained a unique accessory. But, I guess every accessory that's here, they have this passive rule. You increase the cost of this item by 30 gold for every loot level beyond mundane. So as you get further in the game, this shit gets more expensive. It also makes me think that this stuff is... I don't know how many more accessories we're gonna find, but there might not be too many more accessories in the game. So this stuff is what we have available. And I can exhaust this if an opponent makes an attack against me before they roll. I can gain resistance to the physical damage at the end. So if I feel like something's gonna hurt me, we can be even tankier. Excuse me. Now, I may end up moving this onto somebody else. I think I am actually going to move this on to Zeke instead, and the reason why is based on the last session. My friend and I did continue, and he has a turbo tank. So let me go over my stats before I move on and get sidetracked. We have base 12 health, +2/+2 over here, so we should be at 16. Good music playing. We have 3 armor icons from the buckler and the cuirass, so we're at 3 armor, 1 defense icon, so we're at 10 defense, and that is all of our stats. The exception, I didn't talk about it yet, but I also bought a Fate engine for her. This gives me a conviction upgrade of white, so we're a little better at magic defense. And once per encounter, after a roll is made against me, I can destroy all the symbol on the dice. So I thought it would help with tanking. But we are all set. We have 6 movement, and then 4-3, 6-2-3, all base stats as far as I'm aware of. So good. And then I'm carrying some shurikens, this plank, and vitality juice box. So back to this idea. I'm gonna move it here because what we noticed is the tank actually doesn't really need to use this ability, at least yet. The enemies are not doing so much egregious damage that the tank's armor can't nullify it to manageable levels, so I'm actually going to pass it to Zeke so he can nullify damage once per turn. Anyway, Zeke here. We are trying an interesting build. I'm going to park this thing up here. I'm kind of treating Zeke as myself, and I mean that as in how I would play in a video game of this type. If you know something about me from hanging out in my streams or on my channel, just getting to know me. I really like spears and polearms. There is no spear available, so I'm going with the halberd to try it out. This thing is pretty interesting. It has reach all the time, obviously. The interesting thing is this provoke 2. So provoke, if I look at the rules here, any figure that leaves a space within range X of a figure with provoke, so 2, will provoke a break attack from that space. This means every single time an enemy is approaching near him or, passing by, he's going to get a free attack off. That is the strength of the halberd. Now, if the attack happens to miss, this card gets exhausted, but if you don't miss, this is active for every enemy. So, it's gonna be like a frontline fighter type of character with this. I chose the Occult Shirt instead of anything more defensive, because I think it's better. There's only 3 armor options. We have the leather jacket, the shirt, and the cuirass. The leather jacket, while it gives you 4 HP and 1 armor, and it has a decent passive, the passive is only good for melee attacks, not ranged attacks, and it doesn't give you a dodge. One thing we want to do with Zeke is play to his strengths. His passive gives him a reroll, but not a free dodge, so I'd rather have the shirt because we get a free dodge every turn, and this results in a counter if it's successful. And then we're carrying the utility core, because this thing is pretty godly. And the other thing we're going with is a familiar. So, a familiar is the Assemblage Tree. You can think of Assemblage as like green magic from Magic the Gathering, or summoning magic. It's kind of like utility. It actually has a variety of things in the tree, from healing to damage to status to summoning. And if you know me, I love summoning. It's one of my favorite things to do in role-playing games. Like, I'm the Diablo 2 druid who sits there and watches the screen as 3 dire wolves and 5 crows go to town with a oak spirit and a creeper behind, and I throw some tornadoes in on the mix. I've always liked summoning, so we're doing the Summoner Polearm build just to see what happens. When you get this, you choose a familiar, you put it face up next to your adventurer card, so, I mean, it should be on the card, but I want to remember I have this. I'm going to leave it above me. I permanently have this familiar, and it can never be changed. So, we have a Tristram Spirit. There are 4 choices currently. I don't know if we get more later. I kind of doubt it, but I'm not sure. But the Tristram Spirit here, I can exhaust it to have a follow-up attack. Deal physical damage equal to my highest level assemblage. So basically, I do 1 free damage. If I hit, I get a free damage in. Kind of like that Hammer Helm passive, except I have to exhaust this. We can also flip this. It has a utility effect to remove an effect from a figure within my sphere of influence. So if someone gets poisoned or something, I can one-time cure a problematic feature, which I thought my team didn't have any way to do that besides consumables. So I wanted to pick up this spirit for its utility. And then it looks like this on the flip side. Which, hey, the character has a pocket locket too. The other options for those who want to see, if you're not familiar with the game, is Yuxa here, which is pretty good. Get a free dodge on the flip, a free SP once per encounter. Actually, this is not per encounter, this is once per restoration. So, and every time you hurt an opponent, you can tap it to heal 1. It's okay, a little bit of sustain. This guy gives you a permanent movement, which is super good. And his flip attack means you can run away from things or get into a mess of enemies for AoE. Is also really good, but we'll save him for later. And then this guy, Animism, it's Firebird, just gives you HP and you can get a free shuriken throw. So I guess he spits fire, which I also think they're all really good, but we can only have 1 familiar. Technically, in a campaign, there's 2 of every discipline card, so unless something else gives you another familiar later, because I haven't looked at any of the future cards. Speaking of which, I would like to... Let me hide all this so that there's less to load. Tabletop Sim. I love this script, man. It's so good. And it puts them in order. But yeah, I haven't spoiled anything. I really haven't. So, as far as I know, only 2 people can have a familiar, so only 2 of these will be used per game. Currently. Yeah, unless that changes. Anyway, Zeke, base 12 HP. We get +3 for the shirt, so we're at 15. We have 1 defense for the core. 1 movement, so 7. 7, 10, 15, 0 armor. And I think that's all his stuff. I do have the Sickle Venom. I decided to keep it, not use it. And I gave it to Zeke, so he does poison with his stuff. I guess I now have this. And then the locket is giving me a conviction upgrade of white dice. So that is Zeke, 46422. Going right to left. Nightingale, I decided to try being an spellcaster and just maining it. Now, there's a lot of interesting spells, but for the very first thing I wanted to do was abuse these magic tomes, if I can. We have 1 in the hand. These things have this flip ability. After resolving a spell you cast, so long as it doesn't have the per encounter or flip condition, you can cast the same spell again. It's a free spell cast, doesn't cost anything to do, except the initial cost of the spell. So like if you had to pay 3 SP, you'd pay 3 SP once and then cast it again for free. And these aren't a one-time thing. At any time, I may spend 3 SP to unflip this card. So this is where my spending is going. However, if the other weapon I have equipped is a spellcraft weapon, reduce the SP cost to unflip this card by 1. And we have that, so I can duplicate a spell twice, and both of these cost 2 to unflip, so that is the idea here. With my character. My melee attack sucks though. We have another utility core, because it's so good, we're gonna get 2 items after every encounter of my choice. This lets me abuse usable items a little more. And then I chose the Cuirass since I'm the spellcaster. None of the other things, the other 2 choices, which is the jacket or... well, I didn't choose the jacket. There's 6 armor pieces, 2 of each. The Occult Shirt. The extra movement would be nice, but since I have a SOI of 4, I didn't think I would need it, so I just went for armor in case I get hit. Then we got 2 extra HP for the armor, 2 defense for it, 1... Alright, 2 armor, 2 HP, and 1 defense for the core. That is what we're rocking. Unfortunately, I can't improve my casting die in any means yet. The only way to do it is to take there's a magic staff, but if I wear that, it's two-handed, I can't use the tomes. So we're doing tomes. And I got these weapon straps here. The first re-equip action I make each turn is free. That's a nice little benefit. And then it has the accessory passive. It costs 30 more for every loot level beyond mundane at a shop. But it has both of these combos. I can exhaust it to dodge for free once, and I have increased movement. Because books count as both, melee and range. So we have both of these things activated with the magic tomes. So, at the end, we're rocking, all these stats, and then 22536, the baseline stuff. And then I stuck with Gore Shot. The Cruor tree is like, I won't go through it, but it's definitely the magic spell tree. Not all of them are damaging. There's a lot of them that's like exhaust and cast wilt or cast poisons. There's a lot of debuffing and attacking. This is a damage spell. I want it to do damage. I can repeat this 3 times, so that's 6 damage, potentially. More if I want to hurt myself. And this will scale as we get further in the game, so I thought it would be good to just start with this. I thought keeping the Gore Shot on her is pretty good. Oh yeah, I didn't go over accessories. Zeke has 2 shuriken and some hyper energy potion with a vitality box on the side. I have an energy potion and 2 shurikens as well, along with MF fortitude and a vitality juice box. Which I'm going to have this as my standard equip, and I will re-equip for... well, I can re-equip for free, so I'll leave the juice box on there so I can heal myself if I need to. Lastly... what was it? Oh yeah, I have a Conviction white die as well for the utility core. Lastly, Rook here... while he's built to be a tank, I wanted him to be more of a bruiser. So this game has this weapon. This is probably the most interesting mundane weapon at the very start of the game. You roll 2 white, 1 black dice. It's always empowered, basically. And you can only roll 1 black dice per attack, so there's no reason to empower this attack. But if I hit, if I don't whiff, we get this follow-up, and I can spend an SP to push 1 against all adjacent opponents and inflict paralyze to them if they fail a Force 7 check plus the difference hit. It's an absolutely insane follow-up ability that's just an exhaust. Now the only problem with this is I have to move to an enemy, and then I have to spend 2 to attack, and then I need a 4th in order to do this cool effect. Unless I'm countering. So we're wearing an Occult Shirt. So I can try to dodge an attack and then get a counter hit on. I can also just do a free counter hit with the ability core. I gave him the heal 1 because I want him to be the secondary frontline. We're rocking 17 HP. I do have 7 movement. He has the fight drive that we picked up, so he can make an attack once per encounter, which might help me when I need the SP to spend for the effect. And yeah, just to double check. So 7 movement, 14 and 3 is 17, no armor, 10 defense. And I gave him Hammer Helm, the martial arts skill. This is what Remy had. This is to help me. We always do an extra damage, but you can reroll any dice in your combat pool. This is one of the few cards that lets you reroll the black dice. There's a lot of cards that say you can't reroll the black. This one lets you do it. So it should help me be a little more accurate and avoid some skulls. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me. That is our party. So we got like a bruiser instead of a tank. Spellcaster main. I'm just gonna mess around and do what I would do in an RPG character. I'm probably gonna be more supportive. And then we have a flying tank, so she can stay in the front line. Flying tank support. That is the team. Let me pause the music. Go ahead. Go get some drinks. Yeah, I should rescale this thing to make it look a little nicer. But go get drinks, go get comfy. Go get food. Because we are done shopping with making the grade. We continue to the path to citizenship. And I'm not kidding, we're gonna be here for probably 45 minutes to an hour. As I'm going to listen to everything that there is to say, and we've got like 7-8 pages of dialogue to go through, so... Oh, we got Path to Citizenship open. I'm just gonna make sure I reload it.
Path to Citizenship. Never in her life had Nightingale enjoyed walking out of the Institute of Alinea so much. More than once she caught herself skipping, and she had to slow herself back into a walk. Even so, there was no hiding the pride in her steps. I have to admit, I expected it to be harder, Rook was saying, his voice low as he and the others followed behind her. But I'm not complaining. If the monsters in the wild are going to be anything like that, I'd say we're well prepared. Zeke's contribution to their overall dignity was the absence of a cigarette, though Nightingale caught one palm behind one of his fingers whenever she saw his left hand. I'm just glad all the studying made a difference, Zeke commented. I get that we don't age anymore, but it would still suck to have to spend 2 more years in school. As they walked into the courtyard with their fellow students, Nightingale was surprised by just how many people were waiting outside. She noticed that a lot of eyes were on them, and tried not to look too self-conscious. She supposed that when royalty did something like this, everyone paid attention. The crowd outside was mostly made up of the parents and families of hopeful graduates, clapping and embracing their children. Nightingale's old Middaran parents waited just outside the door. Queen Kezia reached her first, crossing the distance in a few quick strides and scooping her into a tight hug. Nightingale! Mom! Despite how delicate the queen looked, Nightingale found the hug so tight she had trouble breathing. Do you have any idea how long it's been since someone scored that well? Kezia released her, though one hand still lingered on her shoulder. King Balthazar stood on his wife's other side, bright robe fluttering a little in the breeze. He didn't reach out to embrace her as the queen had done, but he did nod with obvious respect. You are a credit to the family, Nightingale. My hope for your potential was clearly well placed. Of course your companions deserve equal credit. He looked past her, first to Zeke. I have come to expect quality from the Zhang house, and you have not disappointed. Thank you, Your Grace. Zeke bowed, though only briefly. Nightingale got out of the way, gesturing eagerly at the members of their team she didn't know before the test. Rook Lars, if I'm not mistaken. Balthazar extended a hand to Rook. For all his size, his strength, and confidence, Rook had gone pale and rigid. He could only nod, his mouth hanging open a little. Your performance is to be commended, young man. I suspect Alinea may come to know your family better in the coming years. I hardly deserve such praise, my king, Rook said, adding more finesse to the same bow that Zeke had made. It was an honor to have the opportunity to take the mast alongside your daughter. Balthazar's smile faltered a little as he finally turned to Remy and nodded sternly without addressing her further. Nightingale could see similar concern on Kezia's face, and a brief look of confusion the king and queen shared. Remy squirmed under their look and did an awkward courtesy. Your Grace, she muttered. Balthazar forced a smile and then cleared his throat, holding his arm out. Queen Kezia nodded and stepped forward. She offered each of them an envelope. The graduation ceremony is tonight in Alinea proper. I look forward to seeing each of you there. The king and queen did not wait for a response, but strode away into the crowd. Soon enough, they were buried by excited parents and cheering onlookers. As soon as Nightingale's parents disappeared, 3 more people hurried over. A stern-looking woman was the first to arrive. She was wearing a formal dress, but a slightly more relaxed smile. Nightingale recognized her as Ida Zhang, Zeke's mother and second only in power to her own Midaran parents. Balthazar told me how well you scored, and I was pleasantly surprised. Congratulations! She offered a single delicate hand. Zeke took the offered hand. Thank you, he replied in an attempt to match his mother's regal etiquette. There was no missing the family resemblance between them. It was a cooperative effort. My contributions were only a part of our success. All Alinea knows by now, Ida said a little quieter. Your success breeds confidence badly needed when the future is so uncertain. She looked up, inclining her head just slightly to Nightingale. In the life waiting outside these gates, every success belongs to the people. You have given them something to celebrate. Nightingale had a little trouble holding herself as Ida Zhang seemed to expect. That didn't mean she failed to use the proper respect in her tone, however. It was just the mast. Everyone had to take it, and plenty of students did just as well as us. Ida smiled a little, though there was something indulgent in it. Perhaps, but it was reassuring evidence that Alinea's ruling families have the strength to lead them through the difficulties we face. Nightingale nearly jumped as Ida abruptly tugged her son close for a hug, despite all the people watching. Nightingale retreated a little, looking away as Ida whispered something into his ear. Zeke smiled, but he didn't manage to say anything before Ida broke apart and vanished into the crowd with a graceful flutter of her gown. Just a few feet away, there was nothing at all of forced dignity in the way Rook's parents embraced him. Mom, Dad, Rook said as he embraced them. His mother seemed so overwhelmed she could barely speak. I'm just so proud. You know who that man was, right? His father said in awe. King Balthazar, Rook replied. Founder and ruler of Alinea. He tried to sound as casual about it as he could, but there was no keeping the smile from his voice. I guess it's pretty amazing. King Balthazar Arson recognizing our son. His mother hugged him again, though not so tight this time. We couldn't be more proud. When she let go, his father patted him on the back. We'll still miss you on the farm, son. But I'm glad you left. You've got more in store for you than weeding and mending fences. Thanks, Dad. Don't need to exaggerate, though. I'm sure it's not. Oh, it is, his mother cut him off. Then she lowered her voice and leaned in close to him. The captain of the King's Guard wanted to have a word with you. Tonight, before the graduation party. Really? Rook tried to hide his smile, but his grin widened despite his efforts. All right, I'll say goodbye to my friends and we can take off. While the others were preoccupied speaking with their parents, Remy was alone, staring awkwardly at the slip of paper with her grade. She shuffled her feet, retreating a step or two every time she thought nobody was looking. Remy's escape was thwarted with an unexpected hug so tight it scrunched her wings and drove the air from her lungs. Hey! Nightingale might be the shorter of the two, but she was heavy enough to make Remy wince. You're coming to the graduation tonight, right? Nightingale let go, flashing her own invitation near Remy's face. Remy tried to swat it away. Where's your dad? Nightingale looked around expecting to see another man with wings meandering about the crowd. He's not coming, Remy thumbed at her math scores. He'd be happy I scored so well, though. Oh, so he doesn't live in the city? That means you're at the dorms by yourself tonight. Nightingale trailed off for a moment. But maybe you'd like to come with me instead. I'm staying with Zeke's family. You could probably hang out with us until the party. Remy glanced briefly back at the institute and remembered the lonely little dorm room waiting for her inside. Are you sure your parents won't mind if we're hanging out? You saw how they acted when they found out I was on your team during the mast. Yeah, I don't really care about that, Nightingale said dismissively. What good is being a princess if I can't even choose my own friends? So come on, you want to hang out or not? Remy smiled, looking at the invitation. Sure, that sounds nice. The
Okay.
graduation.
Before we continue, I was thinking, since we're getting invested in the story, or I am, I did want to take a moment to go over the art because it shows you the characters. So this is Kezia, which is the mother, the Midaran. There's a clarification here. So like all our people are from Earth, I believe. And every single person that's their parents are like their foster parents, actually. Which makes me wonder if Nightingale's sister Shayless is actually like a stepsister. Or if they're actual sisters. I'm not sure. I believe that is Nightingale. And earlier there was... I forget if she got tagged with the name. I don't know who that is. I won't go too far back. That might be Shayless, actually. I forget. But I want to make sure we take a moment to look at the art so you guys can start painting pictures to names. Or putting faces to names. Anyway, let's continue.
Eventually, the sun disappeared from the sky, and Nightingale found herself standing in the largest ballroom in the city of Alinea. Even the large space had trouble containing the graduates and their families. She shifted uncomfortably in her gown, trying to ignore the sheer volume of people watching. Being a princess is way less awesome than it is in the movies, she thought as she forced herself to be polite for each and every trite greeting and congratulations. How many of the complete strangers accosting her were doing the same for the other graduates? Nightingale glanced down at the tables seated in rows on the lower level of the ballroom and couldn't help but wish she was sitting with all the other normal students. They were having a good time with their own families, unbothered by the constant barrage of the pompous elite. The special treatment bothered her, and it looked like Zeke got about as much of it as she did, though he was a little less graceful about accepting it. Just behind her, Remy received only confused or suspicious looks by the other royalty. By now, Nightingale had noticed Balthazar's and Kezia's aversion to the girl, though she didn't know why. Between a break of compliments on her graduation, Nightingale saw a familiar face shift in the crowds nearby. I think I see Rook up there, Nightingale said, pointing. Remy's eyes flickered, following her gesture into the crowd. Follow me! Nightingale grabbed Remy's hand and waded through the well-dressed people of all kinds, passing between tables piled high with dignified hors d'oeuvres and uninteresting drinks. Rook was standing only a few feet from a raised platform in the center, chatting animatedly with a boy with giant wings hanging from his back. Hey! Nightingale waved, hurrying the rest of the way over. I was planning on introducing you guys to Khufu tonight. Looks like you've already met him. Nightingale looked around, searching to see if Rook's parents were somewhere nearby. After the way they had acted, Nightingale was a little surprised they weren't. That meeting Rook's parents mentioned must have gone pretty well if he was talking to Khufu. Nightingale wondered if he might have even been invited to the Demiurge. She could think of no other explanation for why Rook was waiting at the table with the rest of the Demiurge soldiers Balthazar usually retained as his personal guard. If they invited Rook, maybe I've got a chance too, Nightingale thought excitedly. Her tail flicked behind her at the thought. Nightingale suddenly noticed that Remy was ruffling her wings a little. This is your friend from Earth? Remy asked with a smile. Khufu glanced at Nightingale. Are you telling everyone about our high school shenanigans? I thought we agreed that those times were under lock and key. I mean, not everything. Nightingale glanced sideways. Then she looked back at Khufu. How am I not supposed to tell people that I have a friend from Earth here on Middara, though? You didn't tell me he had wings. Remy leaned to inspect Khufu's red large wings. They're gorgeous. Wing buddies. Khufu held out his hand for a high five. Remy jumped up and smacked it. Nightingale giggled, and then Khufu and Remy looked at her expectantly. Oh, sorry, she squeaked. I guess you met Rook, but not Remy. Remy, this is Khufu. They exchanged a few pleasantries, though Remy was suddenly bubbling with energy. These look big enough to actually work. They are, Khufu said, ruffling his own wings a little. They've come in handy in a few tight spots, haven't they, Nightingale? That's right. Usually not my fault we needed to be bailed out, though. Nightingale slapped him on the back with a wide grin. Of course not. Khufu lowered his head in a mock deference. A princess of Alinea could make no mistakes. A princess of Alinea also couldn't attend a party, Zeke interjected, popping into the conversation from seemingly nowhere. He looked around with disappointment. Now my uncle, he knows how to throw a real party. Too bad we're too dignified to attend such crass and wasteful gatherings. Nightingale found herself laughing at Zeke's impression of his mother. Nightingale had stumbled into more than one of Ida's lectures during her time living in the Zhang mansion. And although they were always directed at Zeke, she knew that Ida expected just as much from her. Someone tapped her on the shoulder and Nightingale turned, half expecting another total stranger to waste more of her time with empty congratulations. Instead, she found herself facing her sister. Congratulations on graduating, Nightingale! I knew you could do it! Shayless wasted no time pulling her into yet another embrace. Yeah, Nightingale pushed herself free. I had good teachers. Nightingale glanced around, searching the nearby crowd. Hey, have you seen Antoinette? The other Zhangs are here. I was really hoping to say hi. Zeke's sister seemed to be the only one that got out from under the thumb of the politics of her family, and Nightingale had always wanted to ask how she did it. If there was a time she'd be able to have time to chat with her, it'd be now. She isn't here, unfortunately, Shayless answered. Antoinette is off doing her Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Nightingale lowered her voice conspiratorially. Lady Ida snaps at Zeke for using the wrong salad fork, but lets one of her daughters sail off to be a pirate? Privateer, Shayless corrected. She seemed to deflate a little, sighing. And that's... She struggled for a moment, then shrugged. Complicated. I'm sure it is, Nightingale said. I'd love to know her secret. Obstinance, Shayless muttered. Her father was the only one she listened to. With him gone, Ida never figured out how to control her. Luckily, Zeke doesn't give her much trouble. Shayless shot Zeke a look. Yeah, Zeke shrugged. I'd not worry too much about it, Knight. I never see her either. God knows I've heard Ida talk enough about her. I probably know her better than Shayless. Well, she has the right idea. I'd love to be a pirate. Nightingale then excitedly turned. Remy! She reached out and grabbed at her new friend's wrist and pulled her forward. My sister Shayless, she said as a crude introduction. I feel like I'm on display, Remy said, exasperated, and then smiled at Shayless. Nice to meet you again, Princess. Remy scratched the back of her head and scrunched her face. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to curtsy or bow or take your hand or... Shayless gave her a long look and then finally smiled. It's okay. Shayless is fine. No need for formalities. I'm guessing Nightingale invited you. Yes, Prince... Shayless, Remy stuttered. I hope that isn't a problem. Yeah, Nightingale said, putting a hand on her hip. I hope it isn't a problem. Shayless's lips curled into a genuine smile that showed her teeth. Of course not. You can hang around whoever you'd like. Unless it's me. Khufu stepped up and lifted Shayless's hand and nodded respectfully. Princess, good to see you again. Khufu, I hope the Zhangs have been utilizing their skills well. Or should I say, your free ticket into the demiurge. Balthazar didn't want me around his awesome daughter. What can I say? Khufu fist-bumped Nightingale without taking his eyes off Shayless. It's not like they'd go any easier on me. I swear Balthazar is hoping I get myself killed. Nightingale nervously laughed. He wouldn't do that. Then she glanced toward Shayless. Would he? Shayless only smiled. Rook's a lucky man, Khufu said, glancing back towards the towering shape behind him. Rook was deep in conversation with the other demiurge. Nightingale watched him with envy. So they're going to train him then? Let him in? Nightingale stopped talking as the room around them became suddenly silent at the approach of new arrivals. She didn't even have to look to know who it would be. King Balthazar and her older brother Yol, the heir apparent, entered the ballroom. Yol walked at the lead, his face as sharp as the suit he wore. He barely seemed to slow as he approached them. Good work, little sister. He didn't wait for her response, continuing on to the table where Queen Kezia was already saving several seats. King Balthazar was the picture of regal bearing, his armor glittering and polished and his beard immaculately trimmed. What he lacked in grace, he made up in confidence, only accentuated by the scars on his face and the streaks of gray in his beard. Balthazar continued to the waiting stage. He stopped there, tapping one finger on the edge of the podium, quieting down the rest of the room before speaking. We gather here today to celebrate the accomplishments of each and every one of you who've completed the mast. As you leave the Institute and enter Alinea as citizens, carry the lessons you have learned with you. Do not be fooled into thinking that agelessness means immortality, and that the rising generation does not need you. You all are the strength of our great country. It will depend on your contributions in the years and decades ahead. There was polite applause from around the room. Balthazar waited for silence before he continued. Middara might not be the world you know best, but we hope now we have given you the tools to call it home. Nightingale didn't wait a moment before she had to. As soon as her father stepped down from the platform and the party resumed, she was at his side. He didn't seem surprised, only a little wary. Yes, Nightingale? The sound of conversation had picked up all around them, and she made sure to keep her voice quiet enough that it wouldn't carry. She shuffled uneasily from foot to foot, her tail twitching behind her. She spent just a few more seconds getting up the courage. Then it all came tumbling out in a rush. I'd like to join the Demiurge. I know it's a little strange to have a member of the royal family join the ones who protect them, but Dominic did it before he died, and Khufu will vouch for me, and now that you've let Rook join, we could totally train together. Balthazar silenced her with a raised hand, and the rest of her words petered out like the last drops from a faucet. I'm sorry, Nightingale. That just isn't possible. He turned away from the table as though to make for one of the doors. She probably should have let him go, but she didn't. Nightingale hadn't fought through 3 hellish days of mass testing just to give up on her dream without a fight. She reached out, catching him by the arm. Wait! Several people watching gawked, and nearby conversations fell to a hush. She ignored them all. Please, Father! I know you're skeptical of anything that might put me in danger, but that's the exact opposite of what this is. You didn't think being better prepared was putting Dominic in danger? Balthazar frowned at the mention of his dead son's name before raising his voice. Your older brother was twice the warrior you are. Balthazar turned, his expression growing firm. He had the wisdom and skill of many years before he qualified to join the Demiurge. But Rook! Rook wasn't accepted into Demiurge training. Balthazar's voice raised another few decibels. I don't know if you remember, but he saved your life from an Earth Loa during the mast when you failed.
I just want to pause and I know she's ad-libbing, or I don't know what instructions the reader had or why she takes so many different directions, but I think a key change here, he's lowering his voice, not raising it to mention this, because he doesn't want this to be known to the people that are watching this scene.
To use the Bellicose Cube in a reasonable amount of time. I made him into your personal knight. Knight? But... You're important to this kingdom, Nightingale, he interrupted. So important that I felt it necessary to keep you protected at all times. Alinea needs you right where you are. Well, maybe I don't care. Nightingale ignored the fact that her father towered over her, and that at least a dozen people were staring at them. My real family didn't love me because I was useful. They loved me because they were my family. Balthazar sighed and forcefully calmed himself before replying. Your real family is right here, Nightingale. Don't think that a few years on Earth will change an eternity waiting for you here in Alinea. Those years on Earth don't change how much your mother and I care about you. She turned her back on him, tail swishing furiously behind her. Could have fooled me. She didn't wait for a response, didn't even look at him. Nightingale stalked away, each step angrier than the last as she made her way to her friend's table. By the time she arrived, the party had gotten back into full swing and her friends had all sat down to eat. Hey, Zeke! She didn't sit down. Zeke looked up from the table behind a freshly lit cigarette that was hanging out of one corner of his mouth. Yeah? That uncle of yours, the one that throws the crazy ragers? Yoon? Yeah, Yoon. Nightingale leaned closer to him. Is he doing anything tonight? And could you get us into the party? Of course. Zeke briefly glanced around, not seeing any ashtrays, before extinguishing his cigarette against the white tablecloth. I'm not sure that's wise, Nightingale. Rook spoke from across the table, voice even. Your family probably expects you to remain here for their party. Nightingale tensed, turning away. She was probably speaking a little too loudly as she replied, I don't give a damn what they expect right now. You don't get too close either. You're my knight now, aren't you? Zeke raised an eyebrow at the comment but let it go. All right. Zeke rose from a slouch. I was planning on heading over there when this one got too boring anyway. Rook rose as well, looking down. Guess I'm coming too then. Remy remained where she was, staring at the table. Maybe she expected them to take off, leaving her alone at their table. Instead, Nightingale rested one hand briefly on her shoulder. You coming, Remy? I bet we'll have way more fun at a real party. Yeah. She practically jumped to her feet, a little too quickly. I mean, yes. That sounds fantastic. She straightened, and together they left the graduation party behind.
Alright, let's take a little breather before Yoon's party. I noticed the damn stuttering happens every time or a lot of times when I move stuff. But anyway, we have some new character introductions. We have Antoinette, which this is Zeke's sister. We didn't actually see her in the party, but this is her art. And we have Balthazar. This is the father / king of this nation currently. Let me sit up real quick. And then this is the friend, Kufu Taiga, the winged bro, who looks like a military guy, honestly. And then a couple interesting pieces of information just for the world building. One, what was it? I think it was this dialogue. Yeah, he says, she says her real family didn't love her. So, yeah, it just reinforces the fact that they're from Earth. I thought this line was a little weird. He says, don't think a few years on Earth changed eternity here in Alinea. The main revelation we just learned is they're all apparently immortal, and not immortal. They can die, but they can't age. They're all ageless when they get to Alenia, and we still don't know how we got to Alenia or why or what the connection is with Earth and stuff. So that explains why everybody looks like, I guess, a young 20-year-old to a teenager. It's because they don't age anymore. Anyway, we're gonna do Yoon's party, which is not as long as the graduation, but we still have another like 20 minutes of dialogue to get to.
Yoon's party. Wow, I forgot how amazing the white spires were. I haven't been here since I came to Middara. Remy could barely find the words as she stared up into the sky, following a dozen different sharp stone lines. They seemed to be made of white granite, placed not according to geometry, but to arcane patterns. You get used to it, Zeke grunted, already smoking. It's not all that great, really. The guards are the worst. Damn portal to Earth means we've got more than almost anywhere else. The place is meant to keep you in just as much as out. The grounds were elegant, white granite surrounded with carefully groomed gardens. Remy could smell the flowers, even if most had closed against the chill. And Yoon's throwing a party here? Nightingale seemed angrier than she had been at the graduation party. In the same place that holds the portal? There was a little reverence in her voice at the last word. Each of them had used that portal, and all of them understood its value. No portal, no kingdom. Yeah, but this place is way bigger than it looks. It's not like he's having the party where the portal is. He gestured down at the ground with a cigarette. The portal would be impossible for us to get anywhere near. Yoon holds his party near the white vaults of Alinea. They say that they go deeper than the spires go high. I don't think anybody knows exactly how far. He stopped for a moment, then grinned. Can you hear the music? Yoon always hires the most popular acts. Remy could hear it, steady bass so loud it came through her feet, accompanied with flashing lights from up ahead. They turned a corner and were suddenly face to face with a pair of surly-looking men on either side of a door. Zeke! They sprang into action, flinging the door open. Lady Nightingale, a pleasure, the guard said as they passed. So, they just let us in? Rook wondered aloud. Lights flashed, music blared, and dancing bodies filled the air with sweat. Where the arson graduation party had tables and a 3-course meal, Yoon had a full-service bar and whole tables packed with drinks. The place resembled a nightclub from Earth more than a formal dinner party in a fantasy world. Nightingale approached the bar and downed a shot of something colorful and glowing. Remy resisted the urge to do the same. If Nightingale reacted to bad news the way some of Remy's Earth friends had, she would probably be grateful for a sober friend in a few hours. The party was every bit as awesome as Zeke had led him to believe. The music was a refreshing throwback to the music from Earth, loud and abrasive. It provided a break from the choral and classical pieces some students had practiced in the Institute, and none of the dancing would have been okay at any school dance she had ever attended. Remy was startled out of her musing by a hand on her shoulder. She jerked away defensively, but it was only Nightingale grinning down at her with glowing blue teeth. Zeke just got word. We're wanted upstairs. Nightingale set her glowing cup on the table, the rest of the liquid sloshing out of it. Smells like more politics. No big deal, Remy replied. Whatever we gotta do, I'm right there with you. As they headed upstairs, Remy saw that Yoon wasn't like the arson family. He didn't put a throne down where he could see the party unfold beneath his watchful eyes. Instead, he chose a table at the very center where he could participate in the drama as easily as observe. Remy smelled him before she saw him. Like every kind of liquor Earth had ever invented, and many others it hadn't. Yoon separated himself from several attractive groupies, shoving out of the booth, staggering as he rose to his feet. Yoon was taller than Zeke and wore an open jacket over a lean, muscled chest. His hair was styled, his face clean-shaven, and crystal jewelry glowed faintly around his neck. "Nephew," Yoon smiled, opening his arms wide. "I didn't expect you tonight. Institute graduation wasn't good enough?" Zeke nodded. "No one in Middara can throw a party like you. Truer words were never spoken. Your friends look lovely." He waved a hand with several glittering rings toward them, though he hardly seemed to see anyone besides Zeke. "I wanted to acknowledge your presence before getting back to my proclivities. You kids enjoy yourselves. I would stay, but..." He sighed. "I'm needed elsewhere." Zeke didn't say anything until Yoon had walked off, heading towards a nearby doorway. "That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen Yoon care about something more than his parties. He's been trying to get me to come party with him ever since I got here. But now that we're all here..." He shrugged. Remy wasn't sure where the impulse came from. She kept her voice as quiet as possible. As quiet as she could and not be completely drowned in the music anyway. "I could follow him." She didn't expect anyone to agree, and quickly felt silly for speaking up. Suddenly, though, Zeke nodded. "Could you do it without getting caught? If Yoon's got himself into trouble again, well, the rest of the family should know." "No problem." Remy cracked her knuckles. "I'll be right back." Remy vanished into the party. She slumped her shoulders and tucked her wings in as she moved with the crowd. With so many flashing lights and so many people, it wasn't hard to disappear. She made it to the open doorway and strode in as though she knew exactly where she was going. Remy had not come to Middara to a kind family as Rook had done. She hadn't even come back to well-meaning but callous-seeming nobility as Zeke and Nightingale had. Remy's father loved her all right, and had taught her what he believed were the necessary skills to survive. Sometimes that meant hiding in plain sight. Despite the security of the white vaults beneath, the halls around Yoon's party were deserted. Remy hurried after the sound of repeating footfalls as quietly as possible. She memorized the hallways as she went, making a mental note of each twist. Soon enough, the footsteps stopped. Remy stopped too, straining her ears. It took her a few seconds of concentration before she could make the voices out. "You're sure?" Yoon's voice was quiet. "Absolutely." The second speaker was female, far brusquer. "We don't know how far he could have gotten by now." "You're positive someone didn't just forget to shut the door?" "Unfortunately." There was a hint of disgust in the woman's voice. "We don't make mistakes like that, sir." "What do we do about it?" Yoon's voice was a little louder, echoing through the halls. Remy took a minute to listen for any other noises, such as someone else coming from her direction. She didn't hear any yet, though. "Should we send down a patrol or something? Maybe call the demiurge up?" Yoon sounded increasingly frustrated. "No, sir. I suggest you strengthen the guard on every known exit. In the unlikely event he can find his way out, it will be into a waiting squadron of the guard." Yoon grumbled angrily. "You called me away from an important gathering to tell me that we don't have to do anything?" His voice rose again, though Remy doubted it would carry into the party. "All right, Captain. Keep on doing the job my family pays you for." The sound of footsteps resumed, much louder than before and heading her way. Remy made her way back to the party in a hurry. She found Zeke first and let him do the work of gathering everybody up. Nightingale in particular seemed a bit remiss to leave the dance floor, but eventually she caved. No sooner had she been told what they'd learned than she started to smile. "You know what this means, right?" Nightingale grinned. Rook groaned. "Please don't." Nightingale ignored him. "If there's some sort of thief down in the white vaults, that means somebody should go in after them. Somebody like us." Rook looked down with folded arms. "That sounds stupid." "You mean awesome," Nightingale laughed, nudging Rook in the ribs. He didn't react. "Admit it, you want to go down there and do some real adventuring." Rook reluctantly nodded. "I do want to go. It just seems like a knight-errant should discourage his princess from making risky moves." Nightingale rolled her eyes, turning on Zeke. "What about you? You know what's going to happen to us. When tonight's over, it might be years before our parents let us out from under their thumbs. Give it a few decades and you might be married off to some cream puff to cement a stupid political alliance or whatever." She rested one hand on his shoulder, smiling at him with her huge green eyes. With the lights flashing all around them, they practically glowed. "You don't want that shit, Zeke. You want to live. She gestured down the hallway Remy had come from with a wild smile on her face. Let's go catch us a thief! See the white vaults of Alinea for ourselves! Actually do something! Sure. Zeke fished around, digging out one of the last of his cigarettes. Sounds like fun. Nightingale opened her mouth to argue, then shut it as she realized he agreed. Then she turned to Remy. You in? Obviously, Remy grinned back. The stories of what's down there? I wonder if the rumors are true. Zeke cracked his knuckles. All right, follow me. This place is a vault, but I think I might know a way in.
Okay, continue dungeon delving. Real quick, we got Yoon right here. This is Zeke's uncle? Because he called him nephew? You gotta remember everyone's age list, so. This is Yoon, very avant-garde. Let's move forward. We're almost done, guys. We got one more page, I think. Yeah, and then we go to 33. We're on page 30, so we skip a couple pages, and we're gonna play a little bit. What time is it? I am curious. It's been like an hour. All right, let's get this over with.
I'm pretty sure the secret door is this way. Zeke peeked inside, opening it only a crack. That's what you said 3 doors ago. Nightingale crowded close to him, looking under his arm and shoving a glowstone through the opening. Zeke knows where he's going, Rook rumbled from somewhere behind. He's using an exhaustive elimination system, like the way we've been ignoring all the doors marked vault entrance, staff only. Zeke managed to resist the urge to try and kick his friend. Those signs are for idiots who break into the vaults we want to get killed. Lots of them had guards too, Remy offered matter-of-factly. Zeke probably doesn't want anyone knowing where we went. You're damn right. Zeke kept his voice low, squinting through the dark with only Nightingale's glowstone to light the space for him. There are more ways in, though. The safe ones aren't marked, and the ones that can't be used to get out won't be guarded. He pulled back, glancing one last time around the hall to make sure nobody was watching them. When he didn't see anyone, Zeke put himself in front of the door, turning to face them. Antoinette took me down this way once. I have to warn you, though, it's real steep. When you start sliding, get onto your back and don't lift your head. He waited for verbal acknowledgement from each of his friends before pushing the door open. The chamber beyond was exactly as he remembered it, about 20 square feet with worn carvings on all the walls and empty torch brackets rusting away. It would have been entirely unremarkable were it not for the dramatic slope almost the instant they stepped inside. The floor is made of dark gray stone that was worn smooth by the passage of those before them. The ground dropped so dramatically that the glowstones they held couldn't eliminate where the opening went. It was a steep slide with a ceiling too low for even someone like Remy to fly back up. Last chance to back out, Zeke gestured at the slide. We'll have to find another way up. And remember, even the upper parts of the vaults aren't completely safe. Nightingale took a step into the room, sliding one of her flats along the slick rock. She jumped as the slick rock almost stole her balance. Zeke rushed to steady her, but there was no need. Nightingale caught herself glaring at the floor. I'm going! That means I am too, Rook added, assuming you think I can fit. You can, Zeke shrugged one shoulder. We don't know what this thing was used for, but it's gigantic. Unsurprisingly, it was Nightingale who moved past him first. All right, Rimdog, Zekerino, and Rook, let's go! She lowered herself down as the drop became dramatic, then finished with a squeal into the darkness. I'm coming! Remy needed no more encouragement, leaping feet first into the slick stone after Nightingale. Rook followed, though more carefully, lowering himself down on the flat part of the room, then pushing off. See you down there, Zekerino. Zeke nodded. It wasn't the first time Nightingale had called him. He didn't give himself time to contemplate the trip. He just stepped out into the room and shoved towards the drop. Air whipped his hair about as he slid, gathering grime and dirt along the way. True to his advice, the ceiling blurred as he flew by, dangerously close to his face. After what felt like several minutes in darkness, Zeke saw the first flickers of light. The top of the chute opened as it descended, revealing an uneven cave ceiling of stalactites and rough stone. The rock itself seemed alight, flickering with 1,000 different colors. He could just pick out the shapes of glittering geodes set into the ceiling above him. His family still didn't know what magic powered the lights, but they seemed to change every time he looked away. They were a quiet reminder that his family might occupy the white spires, but they didn't understand them. Zeke could hear his friend's voices echoing nearby, even as the chute opened out and became flat. He dug his heels sharply into the sides of the shaft, bracing himself with his arms so he wouldn't go flying. Instead of slamming into his friends, he came to a reasonably graceful stop. Other than Nightingale's once beautiful dress, they'd made it down without any casualties. "Is everyone all right?" he asked, getting to his feet and brushing the worst of the slime away. "Give me a sec." Nightingale tore at her dress, expanding the rip until it started to spread. Zeke felt his face go red and turned away, grateful for the comparative darkness. He walked past Nightingale as she finished transforming her priceless gown into a makeshift skirt. He squinted against the gloom, trying to remember what he'd been taught about navigating the vaults. He didn't remember much, aside from what Antoinette had told him. His sister had mentioned that there were many places that were considered far too dangerous to go, and others that were much less dangerous. "The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets." He at least remembered something she had told him. "I'm not sure where the thief would have gone. Probably down, though. The best chance of finding something valuable to steal is always down." Rook grunted. "You sure we can handle the monsters down here?" He was already armed, glaring off into the gloom of a nearby carved stone archway. "Probably." Zeke didn't sound confident. "Not even my father saw the bottom of this place before he died. The Zhang family keeps guards down here for a reason." "I hear something coming." Rook's voice was flat. "Get ready." Nightingale was beside him suddenly, bearing her steel at the dark. "After tonight, anything that comes for me is dead." Then she scoffed and smiled. "Not ready for the demiurge, my ass."
Alright, continuing on to a dangerous path. So we all slid down some kind of weird chute. And we need to go to page 33. We can exit the sound. Thank you for coming to our 1 hour readathon. Let's load this up. So you quickly gather your senses as creatures amass up ahead. Loose patches of rock are scattered about the ground, and broken floor stones give way into pits that descend out of sight. The perilous walkway feels as if it could collapse at any moment. Across from you, eerie lights from the stones above cast pale shadows under a hooded figure looming in your path. So we got the setup here. That should all be preset, good to go. We got another animate, some cave sickles, no big deal. Win con, we need to end our turn on the blue exit, or we lose when we all die. There is no bonus stuff, so very, I guess, kind of like, well, we're gonna get involved. We're gonna get started here. So preparation phase, we all start on the left. So I'm gonna put my flying girl in the back. We're gonna put this guy over here. We're gonna put our tank. Our tank is the flying girl. She'll catch up. Put our spellcaster back there, and we'll get Zeke. I'll get Rook up front. Zeke has some movement tech, if I recall. So 3 SP on everybody. No one should have any damage, just to check things. Guy is at 0. Okay. We are good to go. Let's take the cards. I'm gonna put the Nintendo radio on. I'm gonna shuffle the turn order. There we go. And we're gonna get the party started. Pretty basic first section. And we have Remy first. So our tank is going to be moving out. I'm gonna do a basic move of 6. Not basic, I'm gonna fly, obviously. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will use my special ability. Actually, before I use my special ability, I think I'll spend an extra point to move 2. 1, 2. And then I definitely want to be in combat, and I believe I get a free dodge. Cost me an SP to counter. We'll stay where I am. I'll save 1 SP for the counter. I will use my free movement to move here. So this way I am in melee contact with one of these bugs. We shall end our turn. I will not generate tokens yet. Zeke. I can move 7. I'm gonna spend an SP. I'll do some movements here. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I will simply stay back where I am. I don't think there's anything fancy that I want to do here. So we're just gonna chill. The cave sickles will take an action now. Cave sickle numero uno, they have hive mind proccing, all 3 of them. Cave sickle 1 is going to melee attack the adjacent opponent, which is me. I am not going to dodge this one. I'll simply take it. So let's roll these 2 orange dice. A 4 and a 4 is an 8. 8 on a 10 does not hit me, so he fails to hit. I will spend an SP because why not? We shall do a counterattack now. So I have a white dice and a purple dice. We'll get a free counter. I only rolled a 6 though. I also do not hit this opponent, unfortunately. Actually, when countering, I can reroll. Right, let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's reroll die. I'll keep the 3 purple. We'll reroll this white. 2 or 2. Okay, I'll just let that go. Goodbye, SP. Goodbye, counter. So he missed, I missed, and his turn ends. He doesn't do any follow-up stuff, and I don't think I have any of the tricks that I want to do. So we're good to go. Second guy, purple. No one is adjacent, but there is an opponent within range 4. Now, there's actually 2 within range 4, but Remy went first, so he's going to target Remy as he just makes an attack on whoever's the fastest. So here we go, ranged attack. 7 and 2, he actually missed. And then he's going to move to be adjacent to whoever has the most damage within movement range. Again, he's going to choose Remy. I guess since it says move to be adjacent, he would go here, since that is adjacency. Doesn't say up to. Yeah, so he doesn't do full movement. And then he's going to make a melee attack on Remy. So for this melee attack here, we'll dodge this one. So let's get a black dice out. Let me move these over. I'll keep my dice more in the middle. Rolling them. 4 shields. He needs a 18. 18. He needs a 14 to hit me. There's melee. Oh shit! He gets a 16. It's a good thing I dodged though. Alright, so 10 and 4, 14. He got 16. He is 2 over. We have 3 armored though, so he's currently at -1 damage. He's gonna spend the 2 shields for +2, so 0, 1 damage actually gets through onto my attack. What a son of a bitch. I don't think I can do anything else. I'll just take the 1. I do feel much tankier. He just rolled as high as he could possibly do, and it only did 1 damage. That's nice. Anyway, this has a force 9, so I have to make a conviction check here. Thankfully we have white and pink. Alright, 7 and 4 is higher than 9, so I am not poisoned, thankfully. Sickle number 3 is going to do the exact same thing. It's going to target Remy with a ranged attack. His ranged attack missed on a 9, then he's going to walk up to her. I guess it doesn't matter which way he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he's going to do a... that would be... Yeah, he ignores the ally movement. I was gonna call that, he can't get there because of 7, but he can get there. And he's gonna do melee attack. I don't have any more free dodges. So 8 and 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have the same situation here. He's 2 over my 10, so it's 2 damage. This is 3. I have 3 armor though, so we do not take any damage at all. Remy is doing a great job. Oh yeah, I had the extra diagonal movement for that. Anyway, that is the Sickle's turn. Rook is up next. We are gonna move. I think, what am I, 6? No, I am 7. Oh yes, because we have shirts. We are 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do some damage, maybe. I shall simply attack with this. I know I don't have SP to spend. In the future, hopefully the near future, the next time I can pick up disciplines, we will get a very good discipline, in my opinion, to help me have SP to do all my stuff. I wonder how often I'll get the opportunity to do the Great Hammer's effect. But for right now, we're gonna roll the Great Hammer here. Okay, I'm not going to greed because I don't think I need to. We have a 7 and 5, that's 12. That's 4 damage over 8. And he has no defense, and then we get 1 for every shield and 1 for every starburst, so that's 4 extra damage. So we just did 8 damage. We have killed Sickle number 3. Easy peasy. Alright, and to make it come back, it has to have at least 1 damage marked on the thing. So completely annihilated the Sickle. And, Alright, I did 9 damage to it. Hells yeah! We'll just, leave our turn there. Nightingale, we're gonna have her move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have 7 movement as well. Yes, I do. Where am I getting my 7th movement from? Oh yeah, the weapon straps. God bless dual items. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are both within my sphere or square of influence, so I'm just gonna zap one with a gore shot. If I can. Fortunately, my spell casting is only purple tier. That was not rolling. There we go. Got 6. 6 and 6 is a 12. Let's say I'm hitting Sickle 1. No particular reason. So his conviction. Definitely not a 12. He is going to take 2 magic damage. And, what is this? Sure. Let's play this out and see how well we can do. So, I'm gonna take 2 damage to buff this. And then this does 4 damage. So, Sickle 1's eating 4. We're gonna flip our magic tome and cast the spell again. Alright, this time it's a 9. And this time he got... Okay, he got a 10, so he did avoid it. But I'm gonna flip my other tome. Hold on, does it have to be successful? After resolving. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be successful. We're gonna cast this spell one more time. Let's see what we get here. Alright, there we go. We have a 5, so 6 and 5 is 11. Can he beat 11? 7, 10? No, he cannot. He will take 2 damage and die to our spell. And then I'll spend 2 SP to unflip this card. Since we have a combo spellcraft item in our other hand, it costs 1 less. And this is how our spellcaster is going to function. I am very excited for it. Alright, that is our turn. Lastly, we have an animate here, so he's gonna heal, and then he's got no one adjacent, no one within 4. Which is all these spaces. But, can he move and attack someone within range 4? Probably. Yeah, so he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is his movement. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. He's actually perfectly in range of our tank. So he's going to make a ranged attack of 4. We're not adjacent to him, so I don't have to worry about him being empowered. I just have to worry about this blue and orange dicey. He only rolled a 9 though, so he missed. And nothing happened since he missed. He doesn't attack again because that's a follow-up to a success. Yeah, when he hits. Okay, so he got closer. We're gonna shuffle. And looks like Rook is going first. So he's gonna get 3 untapped stuff. I will... I really wish I had that 4th SP because I could get around to him and then maybe shove him into oblivion. Would be nice. Actually, I can only push 1. I would have to get behind him and push him into a pit. We can't do diagonal unless I have push 2. And then push 2 has to be 2 spaces away. I'd get him over there. Anyway, that's living the dream, shoving him into a pit. I think what I'm gonna do, we'll just go up to him and attack. So let's do our 7 movement. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 5 movement. I'm over here. And I will attack this animated man over here. So we have a 6 and a 7. Very good. Very good. Before this thing rolls for its defense. No, let's not greed. I rolled all books again. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Alright, let's... Can't be distracted by the good Mega Man music I love so much. 9! This is defensive stat. We have a 13. 10, 11, 12, 13 from 9. That's 4. He has 3 armor, so that's 1. And I get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for those symbols that I can spend. And 7 for the Hammer Helm's ability. So we'll just take the 7 damage and run with it. It's a respectable amount. It's almost half his HP. I will use my fight drive. We'll make another attack. Why not? Okay, we have a 5 and a 3, so we wouldn't hit normally, but I can reroll a dice. So I'm going to reroll this dice here. Alright, a 5 and a 4 is a 9. So at least we hit. Unfortunately, 9 on 9 is 0, and then 1, 2, 3, he has 3 armor, so I do not do any damage. But I did not fail to strike, and I don't need to tap this. This is an exhaust. This is used. So, oh, I did 1 damage because the Hammer Helm passive is still active. I'll take it. I take it. Good job, Rook. Good job. We have Remy up. Remy, our tank. I'm gonna untap this. I'm gonna spend a point to... Oh, this thing is next to me. He's alone now. I don't think he's going to be that big a deal, so I will spend a point to move. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. This will provoke a break attack from this guy. So he's gonna try to hit me. I won't dodge. He missed me with a 9. So, no big deal. And I'm just going to stand behind him and build up my stuff. Because the way we play, I need to make sure I'm spending... Instead of 2 to attack, we want to counter attack like twice a turn. That's how we want to play. And we want to flank things to help out our bros. So I'll end my turn, and Zeke can go next. Zeke's up to 5. We're gonna pay 1 to move here. And I will get adjacent to this thing. I know I have reach, but I want to get a little closer. So with the reach weapon, for anyone who's curious, if I stood here, this would still count as flanking, as I have someone on the other side of this enemy. As long as you have a weapon with reach and you're in a straight line, it's all good to go. But we'll get next to it. I'm going to spend 2 to attack. Going to roll 2 white dice, so let's get Zeke's dice out here. And... oh, I got bad rolls, man. Bad rolls. Okay, what can we do? That's the damage resistance thing. And then I can poison. I don't think I have a reroll ability. I do not. Not to get used to this, so I'm going to be looking at a lot of things as I get familiar. That attack whiffs. Try again, though. Swing again. There we go. We have an 11. So 11 on 8 is 3. And for every 2 shields, I get 2. So that's 5, and the Starburst is a 6. So we do 6, 7 for this if I want to exhaust it as a follow-up to this attack. There's no reason for me to do that. So I got 6. We're doing 6. 6 damage. We will kill the cave sickle. Try to hit this button. Send it back. Hide the tags. We will draw. Right, we need to make a new mundane loot deck. I should always check that. Loot level is mundane. I imagine it'll be mundane for quite a long time. Oh, we get monster loot. I already have one of the cave sickle things, so now we're gonna get one of the other ones. Humana, 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 eeny, meeny, miny, moe. We get this, because it has to be the bottom. Right, since I do the blindfold thing, I just realized I don't really need this random draw bag. Back when I made that, I was not thinking of the blindfold, and then I started using the blindfold anyway. So, not only do I do poison attacks now, I'm immune to poison as well. I have a sickle shell charm. Very cool. I'm Poison Master. Master to poison. And there's no experience to keep track of. There's no mass test points. So we just get the loot. And then, yeah. Since the sickles are gone, and that's Zeke's turn, just end there and let the animate take his turn. So, does he have damage? Yes, he heals. Then continue down. Is there an opponent adjacent? Yes, there is. So he is going to make a melee attack, and his first attack adjacent is empowered. So we're going to roll his dice and empower it. Alright, you got all books. He drew a 9. He rolled a 9, so a 9 on a 10. That's no good. He does not hit me, which means he does not do his Chains of Perdition follow-up. And then he'll move 2 spaces farther from the target, and this does not provoke a break attack. So he's going to hang out over there and chill. And then Nightingale is going to get her turn, so let's go up to 3. I'm going to move 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll stay here. He's within the sphere of influence, I believe. Yes, within 4. So we're gonna do that, and what is it? I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. I'm gonna shoot him with our gore shot. That's what we do. We gore shot. So we got a 3. That is a 9 total on the spell level of 6. He has really good conviction. He got a 10, so he doesn't give a fuck. I'm gonna untap my other book with my SP. And then... yeah, I'm gonna chill. We'll end their turn. Easy enough. Zeke, my man, you are first. How do you proceed? Excuse me. We're gonna get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose 6. Even though I'm blocking Rook here, that's fine. I will. No, hold on. Can't I reach 2 from here? Reach works like ranged and targeting. It's not straight lines. Cause I'm thinking Fire Emblem, 2 spaces would be the diagonal. So let's look at... It should be here actually, right? Reach. Yeah, they're made at range checks, so I'm pretty sure I use range rules. Okay. Let's swing. I don't have to get Jason's turn or get in the way. We'll do an attack here with the halberd. We have a 5 and a 4. We do roll a 9. This man is a 9, so we do hit him. He has 3 armor though, so I have no damage, and these 2 shields only amount to 2. And this amounts to 3. I don't have Hammer Helm. My familiar would amount to 3, so I'm just not gonna tap her. I suppose what I could do is... What I really need for Zeke in the future is a way to reroll my combat dice. But hey, we're low-level scrubs, so I'll leave it at that. He blocks my attack. We'll move on to Nightingale. So she's gonna stay where she is. We'll do Gore Shot. Because why not? Alright, I got a 3, so we have a spell cost of 9 again. He's like, there is no way. So, I will flip a book and we'll try again. Alright, there we go. Now we have a 12. Hopefully he's not rolling 14s. Oh man, he's rolling 15s. So he's like, there is no way. I'll try again. Why not? Let's flip our book over. We may as well. One more Gore Shot. This one is a weak one. Only an 8. Okay, he says there's no way. We need to upgrade our casting value in the future if I can. I'll spend 2 SP to unflip a book. And, I don't think I can reflip the book right here because it's after resolving a spell. Although it says at any time I can unflip the book, so maybe you can do it. I could do it one more time, but I'll leave it unflipped for next turn. We'll just sit tight. We did not zap our friend the animate here. So the animate's going to take another turn. He's healing 2. Unfortunately, he is at a distance from us, so... First question, he healed, and then he isn't adjacent. Is there an opponent within SOI? He will cast this spell 6, so we're gonna cast now. Prioritizing the person with the lowest conviction score, and he just got 12. I see my enemies are rolling very well. Rook has a conviction of 2 purple. Everyone else has a white. Thanks to the stuff I got, so Rook is going to be the man taking this. Get 2 purple out here. Convict. That's so weird. Why did I guess the dice was trying to like load 5 due to the script. I think the script is interfering with the R button rules. But anyway, I'm gonna take it. 7 and 5 is 12, and he rolled a 12. So we do fizzle the spell. Alright, then he's gonna make a 4 damage attack, prioritizing the person with darkness. Since that's not true, he's gonna prioritize Zeke. So he's gonna hit Zeke for 4. I will... Do I have dodge before I look at that? I'm not reading up top, I swear. I do. We're gonna dodge. There's no reason not to, especially since I may get to counter. Okay, my dodge failed. He has a 9. We have 10, right? Yes, so he does not hit me, which is good. He does not make a follow-up attack with his Chains of Perdition. Then he's gonna move towards the nearest opponent. So when he moves towards the nearest opponent, what is it? Move? It doesn't say up to. It just says move towards. Oh right, I have to. Let me read. Let's read towards. It has specific things. Towards. It will only move into spaces that are closer. So, he can get 1 space closer to Zeke, and then he'll stop, because this doesn't get him closer to Zeke. That's how towards works. But when he moves, we have our provoke attacks. We get a free attack using the provoke rules, which are over here somewhere. Somewhere, I swear. Here we go, yeah. When one of them moves, they will provoke a break attack from that space. We get our provoke attack this turn. Hells yeah. Unfortunately, my provoke attack is so whimsy, so I do not hit him. A good chance to poison. Come on, Zeke! We want you to poison, just hit 12 higher. Alright. And lastly, this guy is going to make an attack against the opponent with the most damage. It's melee, so it has to be Zeke. And he's adjacent to me, so this will be an empowered attack, because it's his first adjacent attack. Okay. I should have checked. Do I have a second dodge? Oh yeah, I can reroll my dodge. I'm so bad. Should have rerolled the first one. I don't believe I have a second dodge, but before he rolls, I'm gonna use this, so we can exhaust this and gain resistance to physical damage before they roll. I'm supposed to do that. But forgive me, there's much to look at. Anyway, he has a tremendously high number here. We have a 14 to my 10, so that is a 4. And then he has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he did 10 damage to me. I have we have no armor, so I would take a flat 10 from this, but I had the genius idea of switching this over to my man. So we gain physical resistance, which I believe resistance is half the final damage, rounded up. So it will be 5. That's much better than 10. It's 1/3 of my HPs though. Ow! Jesus. And then, since he hit with an attack, he's going to do his follow-up thing. So before this follow-up happens, do I have any other tricks left? I do not believe I do. And I can't reduce this damage, so we're gonna have to hope he doesn't roll quite as well. This one's not empowered, though. He got a 14, so he's 4 over. That's 4 damage. This is going to be 5, 6, and 7. So I have to make sure I don't stick a Zeke out where he doesn't belong. We're eating 7. Okay. No problemo. at 12 of 15. I was a little bit in pain, a little worse for wear, but I'm not dead. Remy. I haven't heard this song in so long. Is this fucking Shaq Fu? Damn, nostalgia blasted right away. Say what you want about Shaq Fu. I think the game was not as horrendous as people make it out to be. The original, anyway. I haven't even so much as watched that new one. I digress. So we get 3 SP. I think I stayed at 2 because I wanted to counter. Let's move. Let's definitely move. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 6. And I can set up a flank attack with Rook. And then I probably can't hurt him because I don't have attack boosting things. But what I can do, we're going to generate these 2 men tokens. So I'll flip them to say I have them. Once per encounter, I guess. Behave. I should use that. And I will spend... Alright. This is risky. I shouldn't greed. I was thinking if Zeke does not get attacked, but we have no idea what turn order next turn is like. If Zeke was not attacked, he could... what is it? I could wait till the next encounter. We get a heal up to half of our maximum HP, so we'll get like a little free heal. Then these tokens, they actually carry over between encounters until you hit over store points, so I can carry up to 4 of them. But I'm going to spend 1 now. Better safe than sorry. So we're going to spend 1. And heal 6, and when I do that to someone other than myself, I will gain 1 SP back, so it's basically a free heal. Let's just make sure he stays safe. I'll do 1 attack to humor it. I don't think I would need to roll like insanely high results here. Yeah, we have an 8 as it is. I'll just leave it at that. I could have got behind him where I wanted, but that's okay. We'll stay where we are. Rook, my man. My man Rook. I need to get this man some, what do you call it? Some kind of way to gain SP. In fact, we're gonna greed hard here. Spend 1 SP to push 1 against all adjacent opponents. A 4-7 plus difference. I need to roll quite a difference for that to be good. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna drink. Do I have that thing? I do not. I have a heal. Okay, I will not go for it because I need to equip this SP item. But we'll do a move and attack. I want to try and set up pushing this guy. I guess based on the angle, it doesn't matter. We'll just move and attack. Keep it basic. Let me get this black die. So let's do our attack. I am flanking currently with Remy, so we get +1 to this roll. Can the game stop like fucking up the dice? We've got 10, so that is an 11 on my attack roll. 11 to 9 is 2. And I forgot to exhaust this. 11 to 9 is 2, and this passive damage is 3, so that's the 3 armor from the guy. So we get 4 damage that carries through. I will not reroll any dice, and I don't have an SP to do my fancy thing. So, 4 damage. We have unhealed the healer. And then I guess I'll end my turn with that. Let's move on to the next turn here. Alright, so we have Zeke. I do regret getting it next to this guy. And then the animate will unfortunately go. So Zeke, my man Zeke. At least we have the half damage back. I would like to poison this guy, and then I guess I could throw Shuriken. We're going to attack. So I should have 1 SP left. We do have a 10. So we hit 1 over. And then we get 2 for these things. So that's the 3 that's armored. So I do 1 damage with the Starburst. I will exhaust the Tristram Spirit to do a follow-up 1 damage for free. Because we have a level 1 Assemblage Discipline, so that's 2 damage from me. And I think we'll leave it at that. Let me turn this song down a bit. Fucking Sanic. We got 2. Then we're gonna make a... what do you call it? Oh right, my weapon was exhausted when I missed the that counter thing. Doesn't change any results. We have poison, so we're gonna try to inflict poison. 8 plus 1 is 9, so he needs a conviction 9 check. He actually fails, so we do get venom on this guy and poison the animate. Cool. That's actually very good. He might die. I will throw a shuriken at him by discarding this. We roll purple dice. If I can... I need a high number here. Alright, we got 2. His armor protects him, so... let me flip these upside down. Let's flip all this stuff upside down, except for that. And this. There we go. So shuriken did no good. I could try again. Actually, can I reroll any dice somehow? No, I don't reroll dice very often. We'll leave it at that. Look, this guy is going to go. The animate is next. He is dealt a purple of irreducible damage. So he took 3. Then he's going to heal 2 for his ability. And there is an opponent adjacent. He will make a melee attack against Zeke. Zeke went first. So let's roll his dice. Roll this dice. Alright, got all books. He did roll a 12. While he rolls, I didn't say I was going to do it, but we want to dodge. To try and beat this. Well, it's a 12 now, but... Alright, see, I don't like seeing the dice, like, not rotate in that low fashion. I may need to change how I'm rolling the dice here. I feel like the script is interfering. Like, you see how it's spinning in that direction? I didn't used to do that. There, a little chaotic. Okay, we got all books. So he hits me. 2 over. And then he has book shield, and then a bunch of books he can't use. So that's 4 damage total. I did not say I was going to use my other accessory, so we're not using that. So we're taking 4. We're at 10 damage. And now that he has a successful attack, he's going to strike at me again with follow-up. Same range, same attack type, same target. Chains of Perdition. He gets 12 once more. This is 2 over. Book Shield 3, and then Starburst for 5. 5 more damage. I think I'm still alive. No, I'm actually defeated. We can save me. This time we will save me. I believe somebody has a bottle blessing somewhere. I guess I know what item I want to get after this encounter if I don't have it. I don't have any bottle blessings. Are you kidding me? I should have picked some up. Alright, that's okay. We're defeated, so we'll take it in stride. I don't think I can do it. Oh, right, I forgot to say I'll use this. You know what? I'll say I'll use this because I talked about it just earlier, so I'm not defeated yet. Half of... I have to recalculate. I didn't mean to move this, and now I'm upset that I did. To avoid this from snapping, I'd like you to move to the right. And what is your... 1.65? Okay, so the rest of that should be good. Did I, like, unlock that by accident? So, yeah, they should be locked. Anyway, we're gonna say I reduced that by half. Let me recalculate. He was 2 over. And then it was 3, 4, 5 damage. So half of 5 rounded up is 3. I live on 2 HPs. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's a good thing I gave him that spray can. Zeke needs to get away from this damn animate. Anyway, after he does that attack, he is going to move up to 2 spaces away from the target. This does not provoke break attacks, so he avoids my ability to counter him on everybody. And he is now back behind Remy. Rook is going to take his turn. And I suppose Rook is going to... We're going to get in there and just melee attack. Because why not? 1, 2, 3. Rook, you're the man. If you can't do it, no one can. Yeah, let me, I'm going to move Rook's dice over into the main field zone. I have so many dice. Alright, Rook. That is an attack and a half right there. We have a 7. We have a 6. Did I want to do anything to this attack? I don't think so. So, 7 and 6 is a 13. Over 9 is 4. He has 3 shields, so we're at 1 damage right now. And then it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for this. We are doing some damage. That's 11 damage. The animate is crushed by Rook's hammer. He's doing much better than last time. Also, I forgot to roll poison damage, so the animate might have died before I even attacked it. No. But he's definitely dead now. We will gain a mundane treasure. Looks like 8 gold. I need to clear this. I may as well just type in 8. Okay. We have 8 gold. Very, 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 very good. I guess that's the end of Rook's turn. So Nightingale is next. I should have used her ability. Doesn't matter right now. Alright, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a free re-equip action. I'm gonna put this to the side. And we're gonna do that because this will open space up. I'm gonna definitely get some blessing potions with my re-equip or with my lockets after this. And I'm gonna move 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I might need that space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I only need to go 9. So we're gonna move 9. That was 1 SP. I'll spend an SP to check this blue loot token out. Alright, we find a pile of treasure. Gain 10 gold and 2 random consumables. Crud. I'm gonna end up putting it in my stash. That's okay. Oh wait, stop pulling this off of the thing. There we go. Hey, we got one blessing jar. I definitely want more of these things. So I'm gonna take this. We will put this juice box into the stash. I won't be able to access that until next time we get a party restore. Then I suppose I will end my turn. Remy gets to go. Excuse me, so we're at 5. I'm going to hold off on mending, this way I get 1 carryover token. And we'll just spend 1 movement point and fly to the exit. There's nothing left to do here. There we go, we complete the scenario. Well, we complete the encounter, at least. So we end our turn on the blue exit. Each party member gains 1 XP. Continue to rumble in the dark, page 34. Let's go to that adventure sheet. There's XP to be had. 1 more, and we can buy a second discipline at level 1. 2 more, and we can get a level 2 discipline next time around. Alright, rumble in the dark. So from one encounter to another, let me clear the page. Let us clear the loot stuff. So the way this works in between encounters, we get our once per encounter things removed, and we keep any of these tokens. They persist. These are like positive effect tokens or something. They're not status. Status would be removed. This is not unexhausted yet. Zeke did not go. I probably should have waited for Zeke's turn. I believe we do not unexhaust in between. We might unexhaust. I need to should be preparing or setting up encounter setup 14. Right, prepare phase. So we move our use tokens. All defeated adventurers or those with more damage than half their max heals up to half. So half of 15 rounded up would be 8. Because half of 15 is 7.5. So we're at 8 HP now. I don't think anyone else is severely damaged. All effect tokens are removed, that's like poison and stuff. And then each adventurer sets their stamina points to the recovery value, usually 3. Ability tokens are not removed during this phase. And ability tokens are what these round ones are. So all the round ones stick, all the square ones do not. Anyway, we're up to 3. 3, and yeah, we do not unexhaust. I did not see that there. Okay. So, not too bad. These 2 cards I can delete. And let me see, how are we doing on time? It's about 2 hours. I'm gonna keep pushing. This one shouldn't be too long. This next one. So, rumble in the dark. Let's load her up. You come upon another animate staring at you from beyond a chasm. Looks like it might try to jump across to reach you. Except they won't, because they're not allowed to jump. Normally. To your left, you hear a raging current of water rushing through an aqueduct of sorts. As you peer through the stone sculptures lining the way, you catch glimpses of a water loa playfully splashing, unaware of your presence. See a path that leads deeper into the vaults, but the direct path to your destination is cut off by pits. Indeed, indeed. Our tank can actually just fly around the back on this map if she so desires, but there's really no rush to have her do so. Plus, I know what happens. This is the last scenario we ran, so I'm not blind to this one. Will be blind beyond. But I know what happens when we get stuff here. I'm gonna put Zeke. We're gonna get Zeke in the back. You know what? Let's put Zeke in the back. We'll put her up front, actually. We're gonna have... Tell you what, she's gonna stand on the drain because I have no penalty. I have a mage in the back. We'll have Rook right there. I'd be extra cautious with Zeke. There's the water lower, there's 2 animates. We got one up front and there's one in the back guarding the sleep. There's the blue objective token over here, so we want to make sure we read everything. Setup is all good. Win condition, hit the exit with somebody. Lose condition, all adventurers are defeated. Alright, special encounter rules. There's a perilous walkway. If a figure ends their movement on or leaves a special terrain space printed on tile 66, they must make an agility 10 check, and if they fail, the space becomes dangerous terrain, which means they will instantaneously die. That's these two right here. So we have some crumbling pathways leading to a treasure. And then we have some slow currents. These currents move figures and tokens one space. Currents when you end your turn in a current, you move however many spaces it tells you in the direction it points you to. So something else to keep in mind. And it can move treasure tokens and like loot tokens and stuff if they somehow ever end up in water. So something else to keep in mind. There is an objective, and we have the mundane loot still. So no upgrade on the loot deck. I actually don't know what would happen if you're in the scenario and the loot level increased. Do you make a new loot deck in that case? Maybe it never occurs. Anyway, the first time we enter tile 44, we have to read the following hidden text. So this is tile 44. As soon as anyone touches this, something happens. But yeah, let's shuffle and get started. Why not? So Zeke is going first. Zeke will probably realistically want to hang back a bit. Oh, and I forgot. So at the end of the previous encounter, we've had this core equipped on 2 people. I get to choose 2 loots of my choice, 1 for each. I want this bottle. And if there is... Well, not go one at a time. If there is another one, I would like that bottle. They're just so very, very good. So, he gets a bottle. He can put it in his thing. In between encounters, I can't switch stuff, so we're gonna have this person put the MF Fortitude in the stash. And we'll take that bottle in their main pack. Alright, very good. Definitely don't want to forget my free loot. So, yeah, how are we going here? Zeke and then Rook. Rook can get next to it and take the first hit. I'll try to poison him. We'll move. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll stand right here. And we will attack the animate. Actually, let me see some. Okay, I believe the water lower cannot see me because we have these stone fingers over here. This intricate symbol. And knight statues. Anyway, I'm gonna do an attack. What happened to my dice? Oh, I guess they were too high up and they got taken away by the delete thing. Speaking of which, we'll just empty the trash bag. I should probably always check the trash bag, but I trust it. So we have 2 white dice. There we go. A 4 and a 3. Oh, Zeke. You'll get used to it. He's gotta get used to the weapon, that's all it is. I don't think I can reroll any of his dice, so we'll chill. We're in their turn there. We're at 0 SP. Untapped on all things. Water lower. No one is within the SOI of it, or adjacent, or within SOI again, or within range 6. Move 6, range 6, because it can only stay in the water. And while it can, like, technically reach, it can't see me. So, it can't reach anybody or see anybody without hitting this terrain. So she's just going to end her turn, and then she gets drifted by the current. Feel free to correct me if I'm mistaken there. I know water lowers are not affected by water tiles, but I believe that only is for the movement penalty and dodge. I believe they're still affected by water currents, so. It is Rook's turn. We're going to move and do an attack because we're so fucking amazing. Hell is, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna come here. We're adjacent. Do a melee attack. Let me get all my dice back. We get a black. We get 2 whites. We get we get ready to smack down. Yeah, that's 4 shields. Okay, we have a 7, 8, 9, so I do hit. This is not here anymore. Any other once per encounter things I forgot to take off? I don't think so. This one. I think we're good. Anyway, 9, so I do hit. We do 1, 2. Or, no, what is it? It's 1 per everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. 8 damage for a hammer helm, which I just put in my hand by accident. Minus 3 shields. 7, 6, 5. 5 damage to animate 1. Rook, the pride of... He's doing a fucking great job right now. I'm liking it. Should have re-rolled this dice. It could have only been better. I don't know why I didn't. I wasn't going to attack again. I'm actually going to see if I can pump up that damage. I'm going to say I re-rolled this. Okay, we got a 4. And a shield. So I pumped the damage up by 3. So we got 3 more damage after all the other maths. Cool. Very cool. I will not attack again this round. I think we just end their turn. So Animate goes. He's going to heal 2. Because he's a bitch. And then he's gonna do a melee attack that is empowered. So let's roll his dice. We'll get him his empowerment. He missed, but we'll roll this anyway. He doubly missed. Hells yeah! Since he failed to hit me, I can get a counter attack off here. Hey! Wow, keep this up. Alright, 10. Over 9 is 1. Then we have 2, 3. So that gets prevented by the armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus the passive from Hammer Helm, 6. So we got 6 more damage in. With their counter attack, not too bad. Alright, and then he's gonna back away from me 2 spaces. So 1, 2. I guess it doesn't matter which way it goes. It's kind of bad. I think being adjacent to him is good, but we can get him. All right, Nightingale's turn. Nightingale. This girl. We're gonna move. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe I have 7. Do I have 6? I have 7. He is within my sphere of influence, so... yeah, I didn't unflip my other card. We're gonna cast Gore Shot. Let's do some magic. Ooh. It's only an 8. He'll probably beat it. Damn it. Okay. Gore Shot did not work. If I do 4 damage, it's only 16, so I'll let it go. I'm gonna spend my 2 SP to unflip my other book. This one. No, this one. Gotta make sure they're on the right side so I don't confuse myself. And we'll chill. And then it's gonna be Remy's turn. So on Remy's turn, we will do once per encounter, I will gain 2 heal tokens. We have 3 out of 4. I'm gonna spend 1 to heal Zeke for 6, because he needs it. Very good. And then we're gonna move. I'm gonna probably... Well, I have to remember, I have some fancy movement tricks. Before I move, I'm going to use the buckler to move diagonally. So we're going to go here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just will move. This way I'm adjacent to the guy. And we haven't entered the space yet, so I don't have to worry about that. But we want to be adjacent to the guy. And then I'm just going to sit tight. Sit tight. Hold on to my stuff, because this is how Remy works. I can't wait till we learn more spells, then we'll be doing stuff. And that ends the turn. The round. Oh, Remy is first, huh? Not ideal, but that's okay. Alright, so Remy is back up. Let's see here. Like, the odds of me doing any damage to this thing is astronomically low. I don't have the means to get through this armor with a white and a purple. I'd really rather not just end my turn. I am very tanky, though. I'm not sure I want to provoke a break attack. When does he go? Can't easily get him across. He has no agility. He's not good at jumping gaps, and I don't want him to die. I'm actually too afraid to jump with him. Especially on 2 purple dice. Even, like, unless someone had a strength of 6, which is him. 2, 4, 4. Yeah, I would have to roll a 6 in order to make this jump. It would make for a hell of a play. I guess the odds are pretty decent. I do want to kill this thing before it goes. And it feels weird doing nothing with Remy. Alright, I'm gonna make 1 attack. We'll do 1 attack here. Let's roll a white, roll a purple. It's like weapon sharpness from Monster Hunter, except backwards. It gets worse as you go higher in this game. Alright, we got a 5 and a 4. That's a 9. I got 2 shields in the book. that's 2 extra damage. So prevented by his 3 shields, I don't do any damage. I have no re-rolling things with which to utilize. I could throw a shuriken at it. I might jump with Rook. Because I would like to try to kill it. And Zeke can throw him. And if he falls into the pit, it would be hilarious and sad, because he's kind of my animate killer. She can try to catch him. Right, she's on the other side. What's my perception? I believe it's a perception check. 3. And I'd have to hit a 10. Let's do it. It's Zeke's turn. Let's live a little. The payout's very good. We're gonna move, we're gonna jump. So we're gonna jump here. There's 1 space in between, so it's a difficulty 10. And we need to make an agility check. So we're gonna make an agility check. Alright, we got an 8. So we're totally fine. 8 plus Zeke will lend his strength to give him a boost of 4. We got a 12, so I do make it. 2 spaces. We'll go 3, 4. I don't want to step into this zone yet. And I want to step into the zone with someone in particular, I suppose. Let's get bashing. Alright, I unexhaust my stuff. It's fucking hammer time, boys. Okay, I see that skull. We can re-roll the black dice, though. It's part of our combat pool. That's right. It's not a skull. It's actually 3 shields with the 7-5. I'm pretty sure we killed it, but that's 10, 12, 2 over. No, 3 over. So 3 over, his 3 armor negates it. Then I did 4, 5, 6. No, then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage for the passive. We've dominated the animate. I'm just gonna call Rook the animate killer. His starter build was lackluster. Now he's a beast. It's hammer time, boys. He's a hammer Chad through and through. We could get 5 gold pieces for the kill. And then his turn is done. No, this card's still here. Still an animate present. Right, I forgot to think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so his range for his ranged attack thing is actually equal to this tile. Waterlow's turn. She can definitely shoot somebody now. So, no one has an effect on. No one's adjacent. No one's an SOI. But it can definitely do a range 6 attack against me. I'm going to target the person with the lowest armor value, and it's going to move as close as it can. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be right here. That's as close as it can be to Rook. The lowest armor value is probably Rook. He has a 0. Who else is in range, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nightingale is in range. Zeke is in range and can be seen. It's not touching the red of that finger anymore. But it's turn order, so Rook is first. Rook will be shot. Not a big deal. Rolled a 9. It's not a 10, so it does not hit me, and I don't have to worry about the water token or anything. Oh yeah, I forgot. It actually adds to its attack roll. It's a good thing I was looking at this. So it does hit me. That is a 9, 10, 11. So it does hit me, and then it heals 2. So it beat me by 1. I should dodge because I can do this for free, but I didn't think of it. I'll let this one go. We'll take the 1 damage. I'll heal it. And the only annoying thing is there's water under me now. Go grab a dark water tile. Stupid water lower. I'm gonna turn to face you. You're next for clubbing time, even though you ignore all my symbols. So my hammer's not nearly as good against you as it is the animate. Okay, so the water lower hit me, and that was it. Good, very good, very good. Animate, the other guy doesn't do anything. He's too far away. Zeke is going to go. Get 3. I think we're all untapped here. Gonna spend 1 to move. What is my agility? 4. It's pretty high. I'm gonna jump with Zeke. No strength bonus. We got an 8. 8 and 4 is 12. I was gonna rely on the catching if I needed it, but that's 2 spaces, 3, 4. You know what? I can't enter here. Well, here's my perception. I think it's perception check. It's either perception or presence check. It might be a presence. All of us have terrible presence except for her. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move in here and we'll let whatever happens happens. So here we go. Blue objective. The first time we enter this tile, make a presence 12 check. If you pass, read A. If you fail, read B. Yeah, I should have done it with the other girl. Alright, that's fine. We have 2 presence. Need to get really fucking high here. We got a 1 and a 6. That's a 7. That's a 9. We fail the presence check. So, read the B. Across the water, you can see another animate standing near a treasure chest. A real-life treasure chest. Excuse me, I got some burps. Let me move my drink. This one wasn't like the ones from the mast. This chest probably contains something of real value. Unfortunately, the animate wasn't intimidated by you. It makes a horrible sound like a mixture between a rattle and loud screech, and charges at you with pounding footsteps that shake the foundation of the platform you stand upon. Seeing the approaching mass gives you pause, but you considered calling its bluff and taking it head on. If you choose to play it safe, read C. If you want to charge the animate, read D. Okay. Last time I played it safe. I want to see what happens if I take it head on. If Zeke dies, Zeke dies. I'm gonna do head on. I just want to see. You decide to meet the animate's charge head on. With a surge of adrenaline, you scream and jump headlong over the river, clashing with the animate midair above the raging current. Place the animate from tile 66 and your figure adjacent to each other in the river, 2 spaces from the dangerous terrain at the current's edge. After placing both figures, end the current action and all abilities, then make an attack with +5 to the roll against the animate. After concluding this attack, continue your turn. Oh my. I didn't realize we get a preemptive attack for this. Okay, so it says place the animate and my figure adjacent to each other in the river. So we can game the game here a little bit, 2 tiles away from the abyss, so we jumped and met here. But I don't have to be here. I guess thematically I would be here and he's jumping to meet me here, but according to the game rules, I can actually get behind him. So maybe we did an anime swordsman clash through each other and switch sides. And it seems like I get to make a free attack roll with a +5 against the animate. So, let's, oh, you know what? This is actually really bad for me. I'm not done moving yet. Then I continue my turn. I'm gonna have to break away from him and take another attack. Or take an attack of his own doing. One thing at a time. Alright, 3 and 3 plus 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't get to re-roll anything, so I may as well make this attack as juicy as I can possibly make it. I can't really do anything to make my attack as juicy as I can possibly make it. It's an 11. We're 2 over, so I do no damage. I need to see something with follow-up. Page 43. I might have made a mistake last time, too. Okay, it doesn't matter if I do 0 damage. 0 damage means they can counter me. But I still can use a follow-up even if I do no damage. So we'll follow up. We've got some venom. Sickle venom on our halberd. So, force 9. He needs to make a conviction check. Alright, he's not poisoned. That's all I wanted to check. And then I get to continue my turn. And it says end the current action and all abilities. So my movement action was actually just taken away from me. I don't have a way to move. So this is problematic. We are going to want to... I get 1 dodge and 1 reduction. And instead of attacking him again... I don't know, I might want to just attack him. I might get shot by the water lower too, or spell cast to that. And the animate already passed his turn. You know what? He's not as scary since he passed his turn. The thing is, I'm going to end my turn and the water is going to take me down 1. That's the thing. He's going to break attack me for the movement. I believe... Forced movement still incurs a break attack, unless your movement thing states otherwise. So yeah, I'm gonna have to manage 1 break attack. Should I keep my SP? I think I'm gonna keep my SP. I might want dodge rolls, so I'm gonna end my turn. And when I end my turn, we end up here. We're 1 away from falling into oblivion. I'm gonna have to make sure I move out of the spot, but I'm also in a flanking position. So maybe I can use this to my advantage too. The animate gets an attack off on me for break. And I am adjacent to him. Thankfully he missed. Oh, he missed bad. Oh, he missed bad! And, I do not have a free counter ability, so I can't counter, unfortunately, unless... Oh, I didn't dodge. Oh! Well, I understand I didn't use it now because I'm cheating, but... Alright, I wanted to dodge because I was scared at the high damage potential. We got lucky. Nightingale's turn. Let's get a Nightingale. What is my agility? They can catch me. I'm a 5. What are the odds I don't roll a 5? We're gonna move. We're gonna jump 2. Everyone is jumping over this gap. 1. Gonna make the 1 tile jump, so I gotta beat a 10. 5 plus 2 dices. Oh my goodness, I don't make it. We might die here. So, let's go to jumping rules. I believe it's the identical difficulty I have to make. An adventurer fails the skill check, and allies adjacent to the space they're jumping into. An ally may attempt to catch them by making a perception skill check. So we're gonna try to catch her. I think 3 is the highest I can go. What's your perception? Oh, 4. Rook is adjacent, so Rook is gonna try to catch her. He is her knight. Oh, Rook failed. So I tried to jump, but Nightingale falls into the pit and dies. She's not dead, but she is defeated. God damn it, Nightingale. Yeah, she wasn't doing much for the team anyway. So she gets max damage, and after this encounter, she will heal up. Hopefully, she'll be okay. Yeah, so that was her turn. Jeez Louise, man. Let's shuffle this shit. Press on. Zeke is first. This is super annoying that I'm first. I was hoping Rook would go first. Yeah, I'm gonna have to provoke the break attack for Zeke, otherwise I'm gonna end up falling into a pit, so... We're going to... We're gonna have to man mode this guy. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go 1... 1, 2... Oh yeah, I can't dodge in the water, so it's a good thing I didn't roll the dodge token. 1, 2, 3, 4. To get over here. How does this targeting work? Because I need to know what he's gonna attack with his shadow. Lowest conviction value is Rook, so Rook will be the target. And then if Rook gets hit, he'll be the target. Otherwise, he's going to attack Zeke twice, possibly thrice. It's so bad. Alright, it's better if he does the melee. I'm actually going to just move up 1. He's gonna break attack me. This is his first attack this turn. I can't dodge. And he missed, so I got lucky. I may as well try to do as much damage as I can. We're gonna attack him for 2. And at least try to poison this guy. 7 and 3? Not bad. So we have a 10. It's 1 over 9. We get 2 for this and 1 for this. So I do 1 damage total. Because he has 3 armor. I'll make it 2 damage. Because why not? Okay, he's just gonna heal that, right? Okay. I'm gonna attack him again. We'll make it 2 damage. And then we get our follow-up. So 2 damage. He makes a conviction check on whatever our thing is. I think he beat it. He's got an 11. We are force 9. So no poison. That's okay. I think I shouldn't attack again. Just let him heal that 2 damage. I can't dodge in the water. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Another 7-3, so that's 10. Again, it's 1 damage. These 3 go into the armor. So we got 1 damage with a chance at poisoning. Sickle Venom base! That helps a lot. Let's go! Let's poison this bitch. Alright, don't forget he's poisoned. I don't, like... I think... I still am undecided on where to put this for enemies, but I keep forgetting they have stats, so I have no idea where to put it. Anyway. He's poisoned, that's good. My turn ends, so he already made a break attack against me. The current takes me here. So we're still okay. I don't have to worry about a second break attack this turn. And... excuse me. Sorry about that. It is the animate's turn, so he's going to... he's gonna heal too, because he sucks. He's also gonna suffer poison damage, because he sucks. Do, do, do. Holy shit, that helps. Do, do, do. Okay. That was a bullshit roll. I'm gonna call it out for what it is, though, because the way it was spinning wasn't really rotating. Like that. I like that rotate, because it's a lot more randomness. But, you know, it is what it is. Just hit it once or so, and there you go. Anyway. Just for my own reminder, he would take poison damage before he heals, because healing is an instruction. Poison damage is during the status phase of his turn. He's gonna attack me. I'm adjacent. I can't dodge, so never mind. I'm not gonna dodge. I'm gonna avoid it like a boss, though. We got lucky twice. Had nothing to fear. Dice are on my side tonight. I'm just trying to think of anything else I might be able to do. Probably would have chosen to use that. To remember, if he has a follow-up, I could use it there. Anyway, he's not attacking. He's gonna walk away from me. I can't... He missed. I could counter. I didn't save SP to counter. Unfortunately, I can't get a break attack on him because he's gonna walk away. 1, 2. I feel like he would actually go here to get out of the water and not come back into me. I think he would go here. It's better for him. So that is the end of the animate's turn. It is Rook's turn to go. We're gonna move. Rook. I'm just this token is gone, by the way. We're just gonna go 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna try to kill this guy with my melee attack. No need to... I mean, I would love to push him, but I keep forgetting to equip the SP. Lean with it, rock with it. I'm gonna re-roll this too. Need to lean a little harder, rock a little harder. That's a little harder. Okay. So 7 and 4 is 11. 2 over 9. And then I get 1 for everything. So 3 is prevented by armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 for the passive. 7 damage. Bien. I'm going to, once per encounter, make an attack here. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unfortunately, I missed this one, which is a shame because I'm doing really good at rolling 4 shields apparently. Also, I healed 1 at the start of my turn because we have sentient bodysuit on. We're looking pretty fucking sexy. Yeah, we also got this occult shirt on our guy. I'm not questioning it. He's fabulous. So he's gonna just tear that apart with his how big his build is. Alright, that attack fails. He has a really high chance of dying. 4 out of 6 chance of dying on his next turn anyway. The water lower will go. So let's see here. Is there someone with an SOI with an effect? The answer is yes. He's not gonna die to poison, I forgot. The Waterloo is gonna cure him of his poison. And then continue down. No one's adjacent. We do have someone with an SOI, so she's going to cast a spell 6, targeting the lowest conviction. That is Rook. So, casting. 6 and 5, she got a really high 11. Really respectable 11. I've got 2 purples here to convict myself with. I'm getting hit. That's a huge hit. Hold up, can I reroll dice? This is not good. This is my weakness. Magic. Magic. I might die. I won't die, but I'm about to eat a ton of damage. Alright. 11 minus 3. 10, 9, 8. She does 2 damage plus the difference, so she just hit me for 10. Oh, fuck. Well, I'm gonna need to spend some turns healing that off, if you don't mind. Okay. Stupid ass water lower. And then she hit me with a spell, so there's water over here. We're taking on water. Remy, use that max. I would like to, well, for starters, we're gonna heal 6 on Rook. Not even gonna fucks with that. I am with an SOI. What I'm going to do is I honestly don't know what to do, so I should be trying to tank as much as possible. Unfortunately, the spellcasters choose lowest conviction because they're smart. And I have a hard time breaking through Mr. I have armor's armor. I mean, I could throw a shuriken here. Or some throwing knives. Kunai is what they look like. Kunai, not shuriken. I may as well walk up and punch the armored guy and try to get him. At least have dice bonuses. The only thing is, I'm going to provoke a break attack. No, I'm not. Alright, we're going to move 1, 2. I'm just going to move here. I'll use my special ability to move diagonally in here. My avian... Shady training. Shady training. Got some shady training. There's more to us than meets the eye. I will spend 2 to make an attack, since I can't guarantee that I get hit by stuff. 5 and 3 is only an 8. I believe I can't reroll anything either. So, it is what it is. I could throw these knives and hope I get higher. I need a higher than a 3. We'll just go to the next turn. I'll hope I go before he goes. I'll end my turn. Alright, Remy is going first. We pretty much switched Rook, Zeke, and Remy. They cycled to the right one. And then they switched. Remy. Get 3. I will, try to melee the animate. Why not? 5, 6, 7. Having no luck with Remy. We'll sit tight. I'm not in a hurry to move anywhere. I suppose the Waterloo will take its turn. Oh wait, actually, you know what? Let me think about this. I can't do anything about the Waterloo. It's going to hit Rook again. I'm going to heal Rook for 3, just for safety. We're going to drink a Vitality Juice box. This Says me or an adjacent ally heals 3. Gonna hand him a juice box. Because he's got the lowest conviction, so he's gonna be targeted by the spell. Waterloa's turn. No one has an effect on. Is there more than one opponent adjacent? The answer is no. There's only one of us adjacent, so she's doing her spell. She'll cast a spell 6. I forgot, at the end of her turn last time, she moved over here. The river current would have taken her. So my mistake. But nothing has changed. She's still gonna cast a spell at a rook. Okay, that's better. So it's a 9. Rook, if you would. Sweetie. Okay, you got a 6, so we take 3 damage based on the difference. Much better. There's the juice box. Juice box was used. There's already water on his tile, so that doesn't matter. And that's it. For the Watcher Loa. So Zeke's turn. We definitely need to move out of this water tile here. Since I'm in range 2 of this guy, and I have to take a provoke attack anyway, I will... Oh wait, I need to... Hold on, I need to check something. Let's slow down. First, we want to read the elusive rule. I believe elusive does not stop a thing from push, pulled, or otherwise moved by an opponent's ability. Still provoke break attacks from adjacent figures. Right, at the start of a turn, if they're adjacent. This has the weird dialogue. It's when making voluntary movement. I believe on the previous turn, I get a free attack on the Waterloa because I have provoked 2 and she moved within my range. Oh no, she has to move from within provoke 2 away. Never mind. I don't have a free attack on her yet. If she ever moves away or on at the end of her current turn, right, she's here now. That's what I'm trying to think of. So I do get a free provoke attack on her. Because I have a range of 2. There we have a 10. I do pass. I believe she's 9. Yes, so we have 1 over. None of my symbols count as she is arcane. And that's 1 damage. Which is still good. And also, she needs to make a conviction check and beat a 9. Which she does not. So she will take poison damage on her next turn. I should really leave this token around. I'm trying to pick this up. Okay, so that was the end of her turn because of the water current stuff. Now we got multiple people surrounding her, but I still need to move. Anyway, Zeke's turn. Proper. We're gonna attack the animate, and then I'm gonna move. So I will attack. Get a 10. That does beat the 9 by 1, and then I have 2-3 for that. Unfortunately, I do not have any additional damage, so we do no damage, but I force a conviction check on him. And unfortunately, I don't poison him. I will move. We'll go 1-2. I get break attacked. 3-4. So the Waterloa is going to attack me. I might have done 1 damage to the animate. Let me do the Waterloa. Break attack. Can't dodge it because it counts as me in water, but she missed me. I need to see... I believe its line of sight was covered. flanking is where it should be covered. Bum, 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 bum. I need to see flanking with reach. So I guess we want the reach rules. Bum, 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 bum. Can't wait to play that game on my super side quest challenge. I don't see reach listed here. Attack action. Like Zero music is so fucking good. Where is reach? I swear they had a diagram that talked about this. I think I'm flanking, even though we're at weird spots, because we're on opposite corners of the guy. Like, because I was reach here to here, I can choose this tile, and I'm hitting him from the opposite corner of Rook. And if I can get this one damage in for flanking, I'll want it, damn it. Where is reach? Reach. I know directly across. Where's the line of sight? I don't know where to look for this. What am I looking for? Like, if it's not covered in the flanking page, it should be the line of sight page for ranged attacks. This page. I think. No, this is not the example I want. Let me go back to 50. Let's go beyond 50. Maybe there's more combat examples. This is combat and stuff. I feel like I've seen it discussed somewhere before, and now I don't know where to look for it. I'm gonna say I'm not flanking until I find how it works with reach. Man, I wish I knew what page I was looking for, because I have no idea. It should be on the reach page. Not in counter actions, making an attack. You know what? Where's range's rule for determining? Where is that at? It's past this. Line of sight. I want range. How to count range? None of these things answer my questions. Okay. I'm gonna say no unless I am, like, say he's here, I was here. Unless it's a direct opposite, I'll say no. I think you can. I'll say no. Let's move on with Fair Lies. That took a little while. I got my provoke attack on me. Zeke is done. Zeke needs to rest. Animate is going to declare an action. He's going to heal too. He's going to make an attack against Remy, because she is faster. That's exactly who we want to be attacked. Remy is going to, it's not Remy. It's not Remy either. We're gonna dodge. There's no reason not to. Alright, we got 2 shields and a book. So we are a 12 in order to hit this round. This guy will empower his attack, and he missed, so that's good. And that's good. Since we dodged, we can, well, I can counter for 1. So we can counter for 1. I could counter for 1 even without that shield's passive. That just, the shield lets you do it without using a dodge. So he failed to hit me. No follow-up attack from him. I'm gonna counter. I doubt anything comes of this counter. I'm gonna reroll this. We're gonna miss anyway, but it just like floated down because the game script seems to be taking control of the dice before they land at the moment. Let me tell you what. That gets some new dice. Those dice seem hexed. Hopefully they start rolling a little more. I missed my counter. He doesn't counter. He will move 2 spaces away. If he can, he cannot, however. They will never jump, they'll never commit suicide. He can't walk away from me, and he cannot go, he can go 1, but he can't go 2, 3. Because it's in the water. He's actually trapped between us right now, which is very good for us. Rook. Rook, oh rook, oh rook. We may finally get the opportunity here. Let us attack. We also heal 1. Let us attack. Rook. Now's the time, baby. Show us how it's done. A 4 and a 5. We do have a 9. A 9 does indeed hit. We have 1 passive, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 3, so I only did 2 damage. However, I will spend an SP and let's do this follow-up. I will push 1 against all adjacent opponents and inflict paralyze. However, they can resist this effect. So this is a 4-7 plus difference hit. This probably won't work because the difference is 0. So he literally just needs a 7. Alright, he beats it. So no fancy shenanigans from me. Actually, what is this? Oh, I should have rerolled the dice in my combat pool. I wasn't thinking about it though, so I'm going to say I did not to move on with life. We'll end our turn. I'm happy I got to try. Okay, Remy and then Animate. And then Rook and then Water Loa. Remy. Let's try to hurt the Animate a little more. Actually, am I next to the Loa? I am. I will attack the water. I'm hoping Rook can kill the Animate. Next turn I'll try to push it since it can't go anywhere. So I'll attack the Water Loa. Okay, we got a 6 and 5. That is an 11 on 9. We have no symbols to spend. Because she is arcane. So 2 damage. 1, 2. And then I'll attack the Water Loa again. Alright, that's 9. Nothing happens. Nothing fancy anyway. Let's just end our turn. I would like to stay adjacent to this guy, especially since I went first, so I'm tanking him. Animate is going to go. He's going to heal 2 that I just dealt. Attack Remy. We're going to dodge. Melee attack against whoever's closest or first. So we'll roll that. We'll roll this. I know I'm supposed to dodge first. Here, this is my dodge roll. I got 3. And then this is his. He got 3, so let me find that result. Okay. So he needs a 13. No, that's there we go. He needs a 13 to hit me. He got a 14, so he does beat me by 1. We have 3 armor. So now it's time to add up symbols. I believe, yeah, once per encounter after roll's made. I may as well use this now. We shall use the Fate Engine to remove all symbols from 1 dice. So I will delete all of the symbols on this dice. So it's basically non-existent. He beat me by 1. He has 1, 2, 3 with the book shields. So 4 damage. I prevent 3 of it. We take 1 damage. And then I cannot counter anything. He gets a chance to move away, but again, he can't go anywhere. We have him trapped. So that is his turn. Rook. This time I'll pay attention to all my stuff. We heal 1. We're gonna attack for 2. Alright, 7, 8, 9. We do hit. I will re-roll this dice here. So it's a 10. We still hit. 1, 2, 3 gets blocked. So I did 1 damage with the 10, 2 damage with the passive of this. So he's back at 15. I'll try to push him. This time it's slightly stronger. It's 7 plus 1. Because we got a difference of 1. So he needs to make a conviction check on an 8. Oh, okay. Not pushing him anywhere. I tried. I'm trying to push this man. We'll just end our turn. Water Loa. She is going to suffer poison damage. Maybe she'll suffer a lot. Not with that dice roll. So 1 poison damage. She's going to cure herself of poison. And then there's not more than 1 opponent adjacent, so she's going to, once again, cast a magic spell against my guy on the bottom. I can't really do anything about it. So she got a 9. Alright, Rook got a big number, so we resist the spell. Big number, he got 12. And then the Waterloa's turn is actually hilarious enough. If I keep her just casting this because she won't move anywhere, she will die on the next turn if I don't do anything to her. This is why I wonder if she ignores... You know what? I should probably Google this, because it would change a lot. I think they do not ignore water currents, but do water loas ignore water current? Let's see what the professionals have to say. Okay, we got two arguments. Apparently there's an example in the game, something I haven't seen yet, called a sea witch fetish, and it specifically says it ignores water effects and water currents, so the argument is if these are being pointed out as different things, then they're different things, or it's a redundant statement. Apparently the current rules on the water lower should have been updated in the 1.1, but I'm still unsure. It doesn't state that they are unaffected by water currents, because water current is not necessarily an ability of water terrain, only the fact that you can't dodge and you suffer 2 or 1 movement penalty. Water loa current. No results. On the official Middara errata website, there's no results. Oh, it's not searching the errata bar. It says page is not found. News gameplay. Errata FAQ. 1.1 errata notes. Search. Watcher. Loa. Found nothing. Alright. Gigas Grip. Branxis. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. Hold on, I'm looking at names. Towards and away, bound, relentless, tag, protection, counter, counter. I do not see a clear answer to this question. It's not covered in the errata. I'm trying to click on the website, but it seems the page or the article doesn't exist anymore. Which is a shame, because people are asking a question and they bring up the Sea Witch as comparison again. But I can't read the response because the page doesn't exist. I only see the first paragraph on Google. It's like a teasing me. The solution exists and it's been asked, but I don't mean to be taking too long. For the time being, I'm going to play it that it is affected by water currents because there seems to be a difference. I think there's a rules difference, even though it would make sense the water monster doesn't care. Which means, also playing by all the rules, she's not going to just move for no reason, and she will die next turn if I let her cast a spell on me again. So, feel free to let me know. It seems like some people house rule it not to, but I can't tell if it's just a house rule or that's the intended. Based on looking at articles. Anyway. The water lower just finished. Right, so Zeke is up. Zeke's turn. We're gonna get some dicers over here. I guess since I can abuse the water lower, the AI, yeah, I'm just gonna let it kill itself. Let's I don't want to risk dying to this. So I'm actually gonna move ahead with Zeke. We're gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna spend an SP to push it to 8, and then the current's gonna take me back 1. I'm just gonna chill there with the 1 SP floating. I'm not gonna do anything else fancy. That's the end of our turn, so let's shuffle up. No good, I go last. And the animate goes first. He's not stuck anymore, so... Alright, animate goes. He's gonna make his heal. He's gonna do his melee attack. Is there an opponent oh, this is gonna be hilarious. Let me get water currents up. You know what? I should have read that page. Let's read this page. If it might say something. Because what's going to happen right now is he's going to attack me. He can move into the water once, and then he's going to get dragged into the water lower. He's going to take like 1 damage, I think, for that. Stupid camera. Anyway, anyone ends their turn in this. Figures will not move around on figure structured terrain. Right. If the figure cannot move for any reason, he's dealt irreducible damage equal to the spaces he cannot move. The current pushes it to the encounter's edge. The figure cannot move, and it says it dealt irreducible damage. Unfortunately, the edge here is a pit of death. Figures that passively are not affected by a specific type of terrain also ignore currents. Ah, that's the text I'm looking for. Okay. This changes the outcome of the game. She's not drifting the entire time, so she would have been here like the entire time casting spells, which also means he could have gotten away a while ago. I'm not gonna retcon all that because that just means I would have been chasing him. But alright, we fixed it. So here is the text I'm looking for. These tokens are the only token type affected by currents. Since these tokens don't have turns, they're moved at the end of every round. Okay, I'm satisfied. I thought they wouldn't be that careless to let a water lower drift to her demise. So yeah, on the first turn when she moved, she wouldn't have gotten boosted up to... I'm pretty sure she's right here. She came here when she made the first shot. Anyway, we're gonna play correctly from henceforth, if I can remember the rules. So the animate is attacking me, it's attacking... Wait, it's not... It is attacking Remy, she is the first, but it wasn't guaranteed. We're gonna... I'm still exhausted on my free dodge, so I will dodge for an SP. And where's that delicious black dye? Let me get another one over here. Boosh! Alright, we got a 14 for this attack. He's gonna attack me and be empowered. He failed his attack, so I successfully dodge. Unfortunately, I have no more SP, so I can't counter. Not that I would do any damage anyway. No follow-up attack to worry about from Mr. Animate, but he can get away now. He can go 1. And then he's gonna chill. And he will end his turn. Yeah, he should be... So, he should be dead because I can trap him here so that he has to fall into oblivion on the next turn. I could stand here and here so he couldn't get through and just take 1 damage. Which is probably what I'll do on this turn to finally get rid of this son of a bitch. Anyway, with the fact that she's here, we're gonna rewind a bit. Because I wouldn't have Zeke walk and ignore her. Zeke would move... I would actually have him move adjacent to her so she stops spamming the spell. So before... This is for last turn. Zeke would have not moved twice. And I would have just done an attack on her. So we're going to say that I did... that's a 12. 12 over 9 is 3. 10, 11, 12. No symbols, but she has to make a conviction for my poison. She actually failed, so she actually got poisoned. That is the reality that actually occurred. Again, because I wouldn't just let her follow-up attack me. And I would have moved here and here so that afterwards the river would put me here, which means she does get a break attack on me because I did break, so her break attack would have been a failure as expected. Anyway, now it's her turn. She's gonna eat some purple and damage. She's gonna eat 5. And she'll die to poison before she cures it, so... We have dealt with one of our problem children. Very good. We get a loot token. 6 gold. Now we need to deal with the second problem child. Alright, Zeke's turn. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to them. So Zeke gets 3. We're gonna move... I said 6, but I have 7 movement. I need to remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can't go to 9th. So... I'll spend this too. We'll do 9, 10. And I'm gonna try to pick up this loot on the next turn. Remy gets to go. Did we get this back? I'm gonna move next to the animate, and then I'm just gonna save my mana. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Just gonna stand here. Actually, I'm gonna stand here. When I end my turn, we're gonna enter him, so he won't break attack me. And then our boy Rook gets his turn. We heal 1. We're gonna move into the water and attack. So, actually, I could just move and end my turn this round. And we just tank the attack 1 more time. Let's do that. We're gonna do that. I'm just gonna move into the water and let it carry me up this way. I think it's smarter. I want to watch him fall into oblivion. Stupid anime. Let's shuffle. Maybe I'll attack him next turn. Oh no, he gonna fall into oblivion for sure. It is Remy's turn. I am the tank. I guess I can provoke a break attack on him just so I can not go here. I'm gonna provoke a break attack anyway. Excuse me. I'm gonna use my special ability to move. I don't have to be here. Hmm. How's Rook's defense? He gets a dodge with a counter. He's got 17 HP. I can go get this treasure chest now. The reason I don't have to be here, it takes him 2 to move over here, so he's gonna die even if he runs away from this guy. He can't go this way, he can't go through me. So yeah, look, we're just gonna move. I'm gonna do a move, what, 6? I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna spend an extra point to get that extra distance. And we provoke a break attack, so I will dodge the break attack. Let's dodge. Alright. Let's get attacking. We got 12 and 2. I got a 13 on defense, so he actually misses me. And since I successfully... I'm not going to counter. There's no reason to. I'm going to get this loot. Let's get this loot. So we get a green loot token. Alright, you find a pile of treasure. Gain 10 gold and 1 random consumable. Not bad. Definitely take that stuff. 10 gold. Blindfold. 1. A juice box still on top. We get a baum. Add that to my thing. Okay. And then it's the animate's turn. So he is going to heal 2. He is going to do his last hurrah melee attack on the guy who's adjacent to him. The first time this turn. Do I have a dodge? I would have dodged. Yeah, I get my free dodge, so we're gonna dodge. Very nice roll. So I have a 14. He does not beat a 14. He misses me. I am not gonna worry about... Well, I guess I have to do the counter. Please don't kill him. I want him to fall into oblivion. I missed. And then he dies. He has to move away. He comes here, and at the end of the turn, the animate is chased into the waterfall. So that's one way to deal with those problems. A little rough around the edges on rules play in this one, but that's alright. We're gonna get better and better. So we'll give the... If we get loot, we'll give it to... Oh boy. There we go. Alright, next up, Zeke. Excuse me. Gain 3 on exhaust. I'm gonna move 6 or 7. We'll go 1, 2. Wait, I wasn't here. I was here. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to spend an action point looting the blue loot treasure. So, gain 20 gold and spawn 1 water loa in water on the west side of tile 50. So tile 50 is this tile. West side would be the far west. So water loa is back once again. She's gonna come over here and get ready to scream at us or do whatever it is she do. This token's gone. We found 20 gold, which is good because I want some gold. Did I add the other 10? I see something. Yeah, this one, we got a loot token. And we should be at 40 right now. 10, 10 for the green. Yeah, I forgot to add the green. Okay, so we're at 40 gold. Should be 41. I had 1 gold left over at the end of my stuff. I saved over my friend's file by accident, so we had to recreate things. And then I used this same file to set up the base. So we're at 41 gold after all the purchasing we did at the very end. Anyway, Zeke's turn is done. Watch her lower. She is not doing any of her usual things, but she can definitely reach me and shoot me. So move up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's gonna shoot us at range 6. And that is 2 purples. I will... Do I get a free dodge on Zeke boy? Fuck it. I'm not dodging this. Okay, she missed. And then, that's her attack, right? Yeah, she doesn't hit. She got a 5. Right. So, that was Waterloa. Rook goes. We actually have 5 spaces here, and we healed back to full. I'm going to move, what is it? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then I get sent back 1 on the river. Okay, that is the end of that turn. Good. I like this. Gain 3. Unexhaust. I'm gonna use my shield to tap. We'll get a free diagonal. You know what? I don't want to do that. I'll use my shield later. We don't want to be on that terrain because we land. Let's use my free movement to go down here. The suspicious training, shady training. I'm going to then move 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're gonna go here for 9 movement. Get behind this Shloa. And I'm actually not going to attack it. I will try to counter it after it does its thing. It's actually just going to cast its magic spell on Rook. I'll just attack it. We'll attack it. It's not going to attack me. I failed, whatever. Let's, Waterloo, she's within SOI 4 of him, doesn't have any buffs to take away from us or heal. So she's going to do the casting spell. Let's get a respectable 4, so we need to beat a 10 with our boy. That is a 4, so I am eating 8 damage. I just healed all that from the last one. Dude, magic is scary. I'm gonna need to upgrade my fucking conviction dice at some point. I bet endgame monsters are actually quite terrifying. There's already water on my tile, so we are good. Yeah, I took 1 irreducible damage when I bump into her because I'm behind her. That's okay, we're gonna want that flank bonus. Zeke is next. So we can do something a little cool here. Gonna move 6, which is pretty hype in itself. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. This is perfect. Actually, he doesn't even have to walk by me. This counts as a flank attack, so we're gonna attack here with our halberd and hopefully roll something better than shit. Thank you. Alright, we got the reliable 7-5-12. It's a 13 because of flanking. And 13 on 9 is 4 damage. We're gonna make it 5 damage with our Tristram Spirit. And I think that's all I can do, on all honesty. And then we're gonna follow up with poison. So 5 damage. Poison follow up. She has to convict it. She definitely does, so no poison. Then I end up here. Making way for Rook. Who is next? Who is not happy? Hello, my name is Rook. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna attack you now. Let's do this shit. Ah, 4 books, damn. Oh, you know what? That dice is actually so bad against her because all it can do is make me fail, and all the symbols don't count. Anyway, 7-4, almost as good as 7-5. That's 11 instead of 12. We are 2 damage over to 3, and we get 1 for our passive. And I may as well try to do this because maybe I can get paralysis. So I will also take another damage. So hold on, let me slow down. What did I get? 11? 2, 3. 3 damage. Yeah, we might get 1 extra damage out of this. So we're gonna do force plus difference hit. 7, 8, 9. Well, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 2. So 9. She has the conviction check a 9. She gets a 9, so I do not push her around. That's alright. Also, I healed 1 at the start of my turn. What items do I have here? I'm gonna drink a juice box. Just to use it. Because we're gonna get 2 more stuff anyway. This way I can, Damn, she was defeated. That sucks. That's why it's taking so long. I lost the character early because I jumped into a pit like a dumbass. Anyway, no push, nothing fancy. Let's just move on to the next turn. I think we're done here. I get sent back, which means she will provoke attack me. Or break attack me. She actually hits. She hits with an 11. 12, 13, 14. She hits with a 14. So that's a difference of 4. It's a good thing I drank my juice box. I'm back to 8. Alright, we better kill this thing. Raimi. She is within 4 SOI, so I'm going to use my last token I had to heal him for 6. May as well cash in. And then I'm going to... I guess I'll try to chip damage this Watcher Loa. 5 and 4 is 9. I do hit, but I have 0 bonuses, so we cry every time. Just like Mogwai. And it'll be Zeke's turn, so hopefully Zeke can do a little better. Gonna untap things. Gonna spend that 1 to move. Actually, I don't need to move. I'm in reach too. Well, I'll actually stand still and attack. Maybe I'll attack twice just to get rid of this thing. Okay, there we go. 6-5. That's an 11. So 2 damage. We can make it 3 damage with our spirit. And I think that's all we can do. 1, 2, 3. 1 HP. If I poison it, it's guaranteed to die. So she needs to beat a, what is it, an 8 or a 9? She's not poisoned. I'll attack again. Let's see if we can get this last hit off. Okay, we got a 10. Exactly 1 damage. We will kill the Watcher Loa. We shall gain $4. Okay. Very good, very good. She did not take her action this turn, so there's going to be an urgency token at the end, unless Rook can make it. We'll have Rook... Right, I drift in the water. Rook can go. He'll gain 3, he'll heal 1. And, I need to check if urgency tokens carry over between encounters or not. I think they don't. I don't know if they do. Sorry, I was doing a stretch. We're almost done. We're going to take a break after this encounter is all wrapped up. What am I looking for? Urgency. It's like page 18 or something. They're moved at the end of each encounter, so it doesn't matter. What we're gonna do, just to speed things up, since I just fly to the exit, I'm gonna min-max. If we get an urgency on this turn, let's look at the shuffle. Alright, good. So Rook gets to go. Zeke gets to go, which means he unexhausts. That's important. Rook and Zeke unexhaust, and then Remy gets to go. She unexhausts. And then I'll have Remy fly into the exit tile. So we do finish the scenario. Let's go back. And each party member gains 1 more XP. Continue to Into the Gloom, page 36. So guys, I'm going to call it there. Thanks for hanging out for another round of Middara. Once again, I am caught up to exactly where my friend and I are in the game, so we're blind here on out. If I end up recording before we play again, I don't know. Depends on how things go down. Into the Gloom. We will start this encounter next time. We are not out of the woods yet, but I'm just going to park it here because I kind of got to use the bathroom anyway. Thanks for listening in and watching once again. I will set up all the encounter things and we'll revive Nightingale next time we play the game. You guys have a good one.